Well, I completely forgot who I was playing as. Wow, I hate it when I do that. Shiver.
I hate myself so much. Oh man. I tried doing a Kingdom Hearts 2 level 1 critical run back on the PS3. I couldn't even get through the tutorial before I quit.
Oh, I forgot the tutorial's not skippable.
Oh no, well well no, it's not skippable, but you can skip the cutscenes and make it even faster.
Yeah.
Which I will be doing for the sake of this playthrough.
I mean.
For the sake of this playthrough, I'm not sitting through the story again. I'm just purely playing the game. Ugh. Yeah.
So this is shut your trap, Sora. Spill your blood.
There will be blood. Okay. Critical mode, a true test of skill for the adept. Yeah, right. Vibration, sure.
No, the true test for the patient is what that is.
Oh man. And you know, since I realized, okay, skip this. Ugh. All right. I still have to tell you that the Kingdom Hearts final mixes are probably one of the best like HD collections of games I've played, and the PS4 version is easily the definitive version of those games. It surprisingly plays really well at 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And it actually feels very comfortable. I mean, yeah, in hindsight, it's really weird that you jump with circle, but over time, you actually get really used to it. And the fact that you use X to attack, it's pretty good.
You know what,
What's up?
Didn't really experience this until maybe 2 weeks ago. But when I was playing, I never had this problem until I played Mass Effect Andromeda, but I really can't stand it when a game doesn't clearly give you a way of showing how the different controls and combat and the techniques and the powers and the buffs and how they all work.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm not talking. A game doesn't need to babysit me to tell me how to do this and that. But just give me a dang instruction manual. I mean, not even that. Just give me a little index in the game that tells me what does what. Because I tell you, for a good hour and a half of that game that I was playing, I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I was like air boosting and jumping all over the place. Pistols were flying everywhere. My aim was just about as bad as a dude holding down the L7 trigger button.
Yep.
It was all over the place. So I was like, what the heck? And then, you know, I mean, I got used to it because actually, after I got used to it finally, because it was so weird. I mean, you had L2 and R2 to shoot and everything, but the abilities were like L1, R1, L1, and R1, like punch, like melee was triangle, reload is square, or crouch circle makes sense, X jump, double tap X, but it wasn't just like a simple shooter, it had like a bunch of different ways of button prompts and stuff like that, so I had a problem with that, but it's...
Mr. Crash and Classic, welcome to the stream, guys. How you guys doing this afternoon? Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Oh, I got lucky there.
It's no use.
Roxas says it's no use. Yeah, my efforts are futile. Or, no, I'm sorry. Futile. My bad. Luckily, I do know my ins and outs of this game, more or less. Unfortunately, though, I'm no bloody biscuit. That's for sure. Doing great, Crash. Good to hear that. And yeah, I just referenced one of the best Kingdom Hearts 2 speedrunners. He's really good at level 1 critical mode as well. Ugh. Alright. See, I just skipped through a bunch of cutscenes, and that only took 5 minutes. If I skip through all the cutscenes, I bet I could beat this tutorial in just an hour, maybe. Unfortunately, though, I cannot equip the no experience ability until I get to this. I think it's called the Station of Serenity. Yeah. Ugh.
Wait, so then there's no technical way to go do a whole no XP run, technically?
Well, I mean, okay, so how EXP works in this game, especially on critical mode, is that on critical mode, you are assigned an ability right off the bat that's called no EXP. If you equip that EXP, and by the way, the ability costs 0 XP, so it's completely free, then you don't gain any XP at all while you have it equipped. So for the sake of that, yeah. I will be equipping that as soon as it becomes available.
But I'm just saying you can't do it from the get-go. Like there's no possible way to do a completely legit XP run.
Yeah, and you know, I'm just gonna be breezing right through the Roxas tutorial because honestly, I don't feel like sleeping through the tutorial. I just want to move on with the game. Okay, where is this? I've been playing too much Spider-Man. I keep thinking X is the jump. Ugh. Oh my gosh.
Like it in a good game.
There we go. Realm of Chaos, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Sup, bro? They announced New Game Plus for Spider-Man and the DLC comes out next Friday. Really? I read on the store it comes out on the
New Game Plus.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
It's been announced.
Yeah, it's been out, and the DLC is coming out on the 23rd, which is Tuesday, dude.
Tuesday. I'll probably be done within the first day, depending on how long it is.
And I did purchase the City That Never Sleeps DLC, so I purchased all 3 DLCs ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
well, it's basically, it's not technically the City That Never Sleeps isn't technically called the DLC. It's just a bundle of all the DLCs technically. But you're right. I was just being technical. But yeah, I just hope that it's not just some I mean, from what it seems to be, it's not going to be this case.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you really can't say it until you have it in your hands. But I just hope it's not one of those stupid, dumb, 1 hour and a half, maybe long DLCs with like, I freaking hate that. I hate that so much. It's just a waste of my time.
Well, at least, like, I took a look at the DLC, and thankfully there are trophies that come with it. There are not a lot of trophies, but there's a gold trophy to the Black Cat DLC.
Yeah, but I mean, even if a game didn't have, like, even if it didn't have trophies, it's not my biggest issue. It's just my biggest issue is that if it doesn't add anything to the actual game, then there's no point of actually playing it. But we really can't make that judgment yet, just because of the fact that it hasn't come out yet. So hope to be pleasantly surprised.
Oh, and
Black Cat is my favorite. I guess not villain.
Right, Blue. I wanted to let you know, dude, that not only was New Game Plus announced, but there's a new difficulty and there's a trophy tied to it. It's called Ultimate.
What?
It's called Ultimate Mode.
It's harder. Spider-Man?
Yeah, for Spider-Man. I don't know if I'm gonna try it. Anyway. If it's a silver trophy, it might not be worth it. If it were a gold trophy, maybe.
I mean, I don't care what difficulty it is, probably won't even bother.
Because, you know, silver and gold trophies worth money to me.
I mean...
Alright.
What is the point?
I don't know.
I mean, it's just my... It's my same issue that I have with Batman Arkham Origins.
Mm-hmm.
The game itself is... Depending on who you ask, is either okay or meh. But... My biggest issue with the game, and why I probably won't play it for a long time, just because I don't have my PS3 in my room, and you know it's kind of hard to see everything on the screen because this dang TV that it's on is so big. But the trophy set for the game, even though I don't even want to bother trying to platinum it, just play the game. The trophy set requires you, okay, the first time you need to complete the game on the hardest difficulty at the time.
Right.
It does the same thing with Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 on the PS3, where you have to play the lowest difficulty, I mean the hardest at the time, and then get crushing. But in this game, you need to complete it on the hardest difficulty, then play it again on the difficulty called, I forget what it's called. I think I have the trophy list on me so I can reference from it right now.
Yeah.
I don't think I unlocked the trophy for it.
It said there's gonna be a lot to do in the DLC. Yep. Hey. It's actually gonna be one of the most expansive DLCs that I've heard in a video game. And not to mention there's gonna be 3 of them, so there's gonna be so much to do. Like,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that probably one of the best DLCs I played in any game was the Frozen Wilds DLC in Horizon Zero Dawn. You're given like maybe an additional 1/4 of a map, and you're given this entire wasteland of snow and ice, new machines, new collectibles, new story, and it's pretty lengthy. And I liked it. I absolutely liked it. I love the setting of it because it takes place in Yellowstone National Park, and I've always been interested in learning more about it because, well, it's kind of something we need to worry about. Anyways, in the Spider-Man DLC, I'm hoping that I'll get even more content out of the 3 DLCs combined than I did with Frozen Wilds.
I found it. They sort of make it similar to the Arkham City one, except for this. Basically, what it is, that trophy that I'm referring to, there's 2 of them that are like this. You have to beat the game on the hardest difficulty to unlock the trophy. To unlock the requirement to obtain the trophy. You have to do it. You have to complete the whole game again. And that doesn't mean just beating the game, beat the boss, call it a day. You have to do everything in the game again, 100%.
Okay, I'm still level 1. Good. All right, guys, this is it. Turn on, no experience. So okay, for this playthrough, what?
You basically have to. Once you get it, you have to not only just beat the game, but you have to 100% everything again. Like, everything again. Beat all the same... Do the same hideouts, do all the Riddler stuff again, do all the Joker missions again, do everything again. That's twice you're doing everything. Then not only do you do that, you have to complete... And the difficulty itself is a pain. I mean, I honestly... To me, I think this difficulty is worse than what you're doing right now, just for the fact that you don't have to just do. And what's worse is that none of your gadgets or anything cross over to aside from the main story ones. So when you get to the second and final, or should be your final trophy in the game, which is called I think it's called Nightfall, or the Blackest Night, I believe is what it's called. You have to beat the whole game again for the 3rd time. But with this special difficulty, if you die just once, you're starting from the beginning of the game, and you can only save your game once. So, and when you save your game in Batman Arkham Origins on this one, that doesn't mean you save, you load up, you get full health. Whatever you saved on, your health is what it is, and if you lose any health at all, you're stuck with that. Like, you're stuck. If you die, then game over, pal. You're starting from the beginning of the game, regardless of how you die. So you could get all the way to the final boss fight with Joker, and then die, and then have to start all the way back at Blackgate. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? Or don't. Why would anybody? Some people have it. I will never be one of those people because I just don't have the patience to do that.
Well, I know you. You're not a very patient sort.
Well,
Do you get them only on critical? Wait, the ability? No experience? I think no experience is exclusive to critical mode unless you get the mushroom keyblade at the end of the game, which gives you no EXP. But by that point, you won't even get a level 1 critical run. By then, you'll be like level 99.
I thought you said it was you only gain no EXP. Maybe it's just depending on.
Oh no. Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix is not the only Kingdom Hearts game that has no EXP. Birth by Sleep actually has that. And if anyone's expecting me to do level 1 critical mode in Birth by Sleep, no, I'm not doing that. Birth by Sleep is not worth it. As much as I enjoy Birth by Sleep, I am not doing that game mode. I'm not doing that challenge.
At least not on stream anyway. I'm sure I can give them enough of those beers to...
If I were to do Birth by Sleep, it'd probably be in my spare time. But I want to do critical mode Kingdom Hearts 2 on screen.
I'm sure if I spiked one of your Smirnovs over there, you probably
Please don't
do it.
Please don't. You have too much respect for me, don't you?
That's an awful lot of effort that I would have to put in just to make that happen, by the way. I would have to pay tons of money just to even approach your freaking building. And I'd have to hire some experts for some reconnaissance of how, at what point, and what time you would pop off your PS4 for 2 seconds to go get a drink or a sandwich just to put the pill in at the right time to just spike your damn drink. It would take a lot of unnecessary time, you know.
Right. Also, for the sake of this playthrough, you guys know how you have the drive forms in this game and they level up too? Well, since I didn't get very far in my PS3 playthrough on critical mode level 1, I don't know if the no EXP ability, like, it affects drive forms too and that I can't level them up. So I'm just gonna have to find out. If it's possible to level them up with no EXP equipped, then I will upgrade them. Because I need all the help I'm gonna get. And I just got an ability. So yeah,
which one is it? Kingdom Hearts 2.5?
Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as I think no EXP only like affects your base character, meaning regular Sora / Roxas. Okay. Oh come on, I gotta do that. Alright. Might as well save. Ugh.
Let's see.
This is gonna be a long trip. Why am I even doing this? I don't know. I'm bored, I guess.
Hold on, just spelled the question. By... Was it 0 XP or no XP? What's it called?
I think it's called no experience. I think that's what that's called.
Ready, Roxas?
Oh, okay. EXP 0. Let me see here. Mechanics.
Don't hit me, Hainer. Ah. By the way, it is possible to die in the struggle tournament, so if I die here, that's just embarrassing.
You said drive form, right?
Yeah, I want to know if 0 EXP affects drive forms as well.
In Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, no experience is a support ability that costs 1 XP to equip. It negates normal XP, but is not the various types of form XP. I'm assuming.
Oh, okay, so that means I can level up my drive forms. Oh, thank goodness.
Cheating, isn't it?
No, it's not. Slide. No. No, because
Don't you?
completely differently from how you normally level up. For Valor form, you need to perform hit points. With Wisdom form, you need to defeat Heartless. Limit form, you need to unleash limits. Master form, you need to collect Drive form orbs. And for Final form, you need to defeat nobodies. And at the end of the day, since I have no EXP
I guess no matter how you look, I guess there's no avoiding gaining that kind of XP, I guess. Because it looks like it's obtainable regardless of how you approach it. Okay. So I guess, unless if you hack the game, regardless you would have no way of legitimately doing it.
Oh my gosh, Phoebe!
0 XP run. Can you play Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix without gaining a single point of XP?
Well, Bloody Biscuit did it. I think it's possible.
Well, it is. Well, it is if you hack the game and make it to where it's impossible to gain XP.
Oh,
But
you mean like without
don't-
the ability? I don't think
Without
so.
even without the ability, you would need to make it to where no enemy, no action that you do, or any sort of infliction that you cause upon another target does not gain you, does not give you XP. Which, in a way, you would have to change the coding of the game in order to do that. So you would, regardless of how you look at it, there is no possible way to complete Kingdom Hearts without gaining XP.
Hold on. Hey, Eco, is there any chance you could make the game volume a little lower? Having trouble hearing you. I don't think it's even possible to adjust the game volume on streams.
Can you do that? I think you...
Maybe I can turn up my audio output.
Again?
Your audio mix.
Here.
That might work.
That might be better.
Oh, yeah. Check the chat party audio mix, because if
Okay, hold on. So how do I do that again? Party settings. Oh. Okay. Okay, adjust audio mix. Okay. None. Oh, all the way over to party audio? Okay, well, I think I'll do this. I think that'll be fine. Alright, hopefully that's a lot better. If it's too loud, just let me know and I'll see if I can readjust it.
Hey, Eco.
What?
You know what's funny?
What's up?
Is that, I wonder if Square Enix would be douchey enough to do this, where in order to get Kingdom Hearts 3 for free, you would have to play every single Kingdom Hearts game that has a no XP and a critical mode difficulty,
Dude,
all in one.
That's criminal.
Within a time period. Dude, I mean, you'd be surprised how many people would go after that crap. It's a free game, man!
Yeah, but is it worth it? I think
No,
not. I'd
that's-
rather just pay the $60 up front.
And you know what's funny is that they would also be the kind of people, if they did that, they would also, if you bought the game, they give you a shirt that says you're a loser.
Congratulations, you're winner.
Yeah, you're a winner. Yeah. With like and it's like it just shows like a keyblade.
Well,
on
there's
it,
my
but
first death.
And it's just, you get a keyblade on the shirt, and all it is it's a keyblade made out of manure.
Oh, I gotta do all that over again? What? I gotta do the struggle tournament again? Oh,
What's a
that's
struggle
garbage. That is so garbage. Oh, wait, no, wait, what? Hold on.
Wait, why did I ask that stupid question? It's a tournament in which you struggle. I forgot.
I gotta fight Vivi again if I lose to Axel? That's... No, oh, that's awful.
There
Well,
you go.
at least this isn't like Sonic 06 where like if you die in the introduction, you go to the beginning of the game.
Hey, how do you die in the introduction? Wait, what do you
It's
mean?
possible.
Wait, what introduction? I don't.
You know,
understand
like
what you mean.
we're talking about Sonic 06, where if you die in the introduction, you know, like where is it? The town that you go to at the beginning. If you die in like the first stage, if you lose all your lives, then you go to the very beginning of the game.
Oh,
like, you
yeah.
see the introduction cutscene again, you see, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You played it more than I do.
Actually, that's not actually how it works. When you die, and I guess in pretty much all of the Sonic games, technically, at least the ones with the hub worlds, like Sonic 06, if you die, if you lose all your lives, when you press continue, you immediately spawn into the last location that you were at. So, being the fact that the last location you went to go to the first level was Soliana, you are in Soliana. You don't have to watch that cutscene again. It's just, you have to, like, yeah, because even at that point, you'd have to go through, like a conversation with Tails, which is a checkpoint, and like a side mission in which you have to do in order to go to the stage to begin with. It's a long story, but yeah, basically.
That was just really stupid, man. That's like 2 minutes that was wasted. I could have just fought Axel again.
That's more like it.
Ugh, I hate that shit. You know what I also can't stand in 3D games? That when you're playing a game like Mafia 3, or heck, even I guess Mass Effect Andromeda, it's like, I know that they're supposed to be, you know, they're human beings. They obviously can't jump that high without gear, of course. But Nico, when you see a little tiny ledge, I mean, not even just a ledge, just a little platform, like a small step on a stair, and you can't just move your foot over and climb over it. Like, you can't just step over it. Like,
okay. I can't believe I died to Axel. Oh, man.
Axel Rose?
No, just... You know who I'm talking about!
Axel from Twisted Metal? Fuck yeah!
No!
Sorry, my potty mouth. That would have been awesome, man. Twisted Metal Axel comes out of nowhere. It's blowing people up. That'd be awesome.
Might as well get Sweet Tooth in here while you're at it.
He was my favorite character. He's this black man that
I know. I did a little bit of research on Twisted Metal. Yeah, he's the guy that's like, what is he bolted into the wheels?
Yeah, his arms are bolted into the wheels, and the only way he can get out is if he wins the contest.
Ah, man.
But it makes him so awesome. Like, all these other guys are in cars and monster trucks and ambulances. He says, "You guys are freaking wussies! I'm in myself with 2 tires and two freaking turrets!"
Oh my gosh. Okay, no. Okay, I gotta survive for the next 18 seconds. I'm not fighting Setzer. If I so much as get hit one last time, I'm dead.
I thought you said seltzer. Like, I'm not dying to seltzer water.
You mean Alka-Seltzer?
Alka-Seltzer.
No, don't hit me! Oh. Suck it, I win. That's it, that's the end of the level 1 critical run.
Then you just turn off the power button.
Put the game back in the disc. Okay. Boy. I still can't believe I'm doing this myself. Okay, so I've been playing for 23 minutes, and what day am I on? I can't tell what day I'm on.
It's been 3,000 years, Ego.
Yeah,
where have you been all this time?
Okay,
You're in Disney World.
So, in order to better my chances, I am going to equip equipment. I'm not gonna go naked throughout this whole stream, because if I so much as didn't do that, I'd behave myself even more. That's essentially throwing away free AP, free defense, free stuff, dude. Who doesn't want that? No, I'm equipping stuff. I don't care. Screw it. Okay, guard, I need that. If I'm gonna be defensive in this game, I need that. Okay, and scan, I need that. So, here's another problem with not leveling up in this game, is that you don't unlock specific abilities, which means, well, this means I can't get second chance. Ugh.
Or heal.
No. That's magic. No, I can unlock magic. I'm talking about the abilities.
But in you won't have as much as you would normally.
Yeah. Because there are abilities that, like, increase the effectiveness of your magic, as well as, like, the recovery of your magic. But because you're not leveling up in this game, you are being, like, restricted from using so many abilities in this game. Like, Second Chance, that's probably one of the most vital abilities that you can get in this game that helps with surviving, like, the toughest enemies. So, and because you get it at, like, well, you get it from leveling up. If you take the defensive route, I think you get it at level 49. I don't know about the attack route or the magic route, but I always go with defense. But because I won't be leveling up, I can't get Second Chance. I can get Once More because there are some bosses in this game that reward you with abilities if you defeat them. Think of them as like bonus abilities that you get, and they're entirely gameplay dependent, meaning that you can get them just by completing the game, not so much as just leveling up. So unfortunately what that means is that with Once More, I have to avoid taking massive damage, and that is gonna suck. That's gonna really suck so much. Not to mention that when you're at level 1, your base defense doesn't even increase, so that means you're pretty much walking on a thin line. It's either you don't get hit or you die. Okay, I forgot. Which day is this again? Go to the station to catch your train. Dude, I don't care about the introduction. No one cares about the introduction. I care about Roxas. I don't care about the introduction.
You have an amnesia.
No, that's Ventus.
I think after this, you're probably going to be addicted to Rolling Rock.
I'm gonna be in depression. As if college isn't depressing enough.
Rolling Rock is right.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know what. Wait, the Rolling Rock or the Rolling Rocker?
It's alcohol.
Oh yes, yeah. I wanted to make sure because like Rolling Rock is an alcoholic beverage.
Well, you're gonna be off your rocker at the end of this, but that's not
the Rolling
what I'm
Rocker is a
about.
really like stupid NES accessory.
Oh, that thing. No, that's not what I was talking about.
Okay. Oh, we're already at the 7 Wonders? Well, that was fast. Okay. Man, I'm just blowing through the days then. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna finish this tutorial in maybe an hour, but that's if I don't lose.
Smoker.
That's if I don't lose my marbles.
I'm just blowing through days.
Ew. That's gross.
It is very gross.
Okay. So, okay, for the sake of my level 1 critical mode attempt, I'm not gonna be completing the game. At least, not on screen. I am going to be collecting what I can to help benefit myself in whatever way I can. Like here, I picked up an item from a chest. It's an ability ring. I'm gonna need that because seeing how I still get some abilities throughout the game, I'm still gonna need to increase my AP by whatever means possible. And that means either through AP boosts or accessories. Ugh. It's gonna suck so much. Why am I doing this to myself?
It could be a whole lot worse, though.
It could.
You know?
Oh.
How about doing that whole thing that you're doing without any of those upgrades or anything, but not only that, but being blindfolded at the same time.
Dude.
And playing the game with your feet.
While upside down.
While you're in an underwater tank, upside down.
Might as well be in an underwater video game level as well. Because you know how fun those are? Yeah, neither do I.
It depends. I don't think I've ever played a horrible... I mean, I played a lot of horrible underwater games.
Well, I gotta say that the underwater section in Jak 2, it's not the worst thing ever, but it makes you feel uncomfortable because like the metalheads are like right there, and if they so much as move to the left, yeah, it's possible because like I've done it so many times before. Yeah. Actually, hate me if you will, Blue, but I've actually considered doing a Jak 2 no death run. I don't think it's even possible. Oh my gosh, he's finally gone and done it. Because, well, okay, maybe I'll just hate myself.
Yeah, like how does that have any impact on me?
Well, you don't like the game anyways.
No, I like that's a misconception.
Die, Shadow Roxas! Thank you.
There's a lot of things that I do like about the game, but there's so many technical and borderline annoying problems with the game that I find that's my biggest issue, is just the ridiculous. I mean, it's not only just because of the absurd difficulty later on, but I'm just saying overall the game as a whole just doesn't really help you at all when it comes to it basically just expects you to you know, we technically didn't teach you anything about game mechanics or anything like that, so you better get freaking used to them.
Gosh, 3 VDs. Hey, Keyblade Wielder 15, welcome to the stream. Oh my gosh, he's finally gone and done it. My prayers with you, dude. Thank you, Keyblade.
Plus, you know, there is also some things that not so much the game's fault. Games like, again, the races are bullcrap. The ring races are retarded. The hit detection is retarded. You know, but again, it's old. It's an old. It's old game mechanics showing their age, and that's it's not so much the game's fault. It's just because of the time it was developed in. Yeah. And you could say a whole lot of factors about it. I mean, that's really what hurts it the most, is its age, because it is not aged gameplay wise.
Oh, Jak 2?
It's fun. Don't get me wrong. When you got Dark Jak, heck yeah, it's fun as crap going around destroying people.
I kind of feel that Dark Jak is a bit of a last resort kind of thing, and like something you can't really like exploit in the game.
Well, that's another problem that I've noticed too, is that like if you look through like a lot of the, like even the box art and even the instruction manual, the game like makes it sound like you can just use Dark Jak whenever you want in a way, and it's like there's no penalty. It's just go around like cathartic fun destroying crap, but in reality, like you only have him for like what, 5 seconds, and he's not even invincible, so you can die.
Okay, look, I will admit that the Jak and Daxter games, they don't exactly age well, but that's only because that's the developers of the game don't care to give it like improvements over time. Like Naughty Dog just gave it off to mass media so that they could do the HD collection on PS3, which, by the way, to this day is still full of bugs and glitches, and still has blackface core, which I absolutely hate. And the PS4 version, my gosh, is the PS4 version it's probably gonna be the worst version I've played. But that's only because I'm saying that I haven't played the PS Vita version, which I hear is even worse. I'd love to take on Jak 1 90%, no LTS speedruns. Nice. Well, I still wanna give Jak 1 no death run an experience, or an attempt again, because I managed to get halfway through the game without dying. Screw you, Lost Precursor City.
I think personally, like, you know, Jak 1 obviously big success. That's why they wanted to make a second one, because, you know, at the end of the day, money is a driven thing for these companies these days. So they make Jak 2, and not saying that they made it because of that. And you can tell that there was a whole lot more effort put into Jak 2 than there was in Jak 1. Like, you know, they obviously...
Well, no, okay, look,
they did a lot of right with Jak 2, but there are some glaring problems that needed to be fixed, but that didn't hurt the game itself, because overall it's still a good game, if you can pardon the difficulty and some of the technical hiccups. But again, it's not terrible. It's a good game. But with Jak 3, and I think they noticed that with the massive income decline
Yep.
that came with Jak 2 and the putrid hatred from people who didn't like Jak 2 just because of
the drastic change in tone.
Yeah, and tone too, because yeah, there's always those soccer moms that always get upset, and you know, in a way, I kind of can't help but agree with them. But if you look at the box and you don't see the rating, then you're a retard. I'm sorry, but you have to look at the freaking ESRB rating before you even think about buying the game in the first place for your kid. Like, come on. Like, you're gonna give a game flack just because of as a T rating or an M rating, and you didn't even look at the box and like you ruined my kid's childhood. I'm like, that's your fault. But not my point. When they finished Jak 2, I think after all the reception, despite its good qualities and the gun gameplay, you know, it's good. Dark Jak was a much needed change. Jak's character was given a significant boost. He actually had personality in the game. The story was overall way better than the first one, and you know, you could tell that they put a lot of effort and charm into the game. But when they saw the reception and the significant drop in revenue, personally, I think that even though they put this cover that they just wanted to finish the Jak series with the third game, I personally think they only did it out of profit. Just to get it out of the way. Like,
and
to
move on
to
to
get
Uncharted.
it done with. Or move on to something else. You know what I mean? Because, like, you know, it really feels like that. Because when you go to combat racing or whatever...
It's a fun game, but you could tell that they put in very little effort.
Very little effort, and even, you know, Daxter was awesome.
And it was made by Ready at Dawn. Oh, hey Amy, welcome to the stream. How you doing?
I mean, you can tell. I mean, I think, in all honesty, Jak 2 and Daxter were probably the games that were easily put in the most effort in, because you can tell, like, every little thing is like you can tell that they had fun making it, but. I mean, even though I consider Jak 3 to probably, gameplay-wise at least, to be the better of the original 3.
Yep. Oh wait. Which game? Jak 3?
Just Jak 3 out of the original 3. Not talking about X or Daxter, because those are completely different games and they play a whole different way. I guess if you want to count Lost Frontier, then Lost Frontier is at the bottom of the
we
list,
never speak of that title.
But like. Even though you could just, I remember even as a kid, even though I had a botched copy, and then, you know, when I was 12, I got the game for the PS3 because, you know, again, that was, I didn't want to just leave it unfinished because it has such a promising beginning. You could just tell later in the game that they just did not care with what they were doing. They
fell asleep at the keyboards.
Like, they just, I mean, there's a point to where, you know, I mean, there's some times where I am playing a game or watching a movie or even a TV show where you can just tell that they were lazy or they just had no heart at all in putting it in there. Because, like, I remember just, I mean, think about it. Even, like, Jak was so freaking moody almost all of Jak 3, aside from a few scenes. And it's not even, I'm not ending, you know, being with the Otzels being the overseers of everything. It's like, why? I mean, I know when you're making a game.
Alright.
Like, let's just not even talk about Jak and Daxter.
First, I just want to say this. By this point in the game, I quit my level 1 attempt on PS3. I just couldn't take it. I just kept getting killed here. And it wasn't the Axel fight. Oh no. It was not Axel that was killing me. No. No, it's this special nobody that likes to do kamikaze on you. Ugh. And he pins you in the corner and he just kills you. Aw, the internet connection quality. No, I tested the internet quality. It was 88%. Are you kidding me?
It's probably just a little buffer. It'll be fine.
Ugh. I don't know, because, like, I have had a bit of buffer in this stream. Ugh.
But, you know, I'm not even just talking about just Jak Daxter at this point, but like...
No! I hate these things.
When you get to... Like... I know in some games it's that, or, you know, certain things, TV shows, of course.
Get away.
Some people make a game specifically for the gameplay. It's all about the gameplay, so... I get why in some cases they just make the story an absolute joke because it's not something you pay attention to. But like, there's a difference.
Okay, one down.
If,
okay. Sorry, I'm a little swept up at the moment.
No, it's fine. But like with the Jak and Daxter series, obviously the story wasn't really a prominent thing until the second game, because the first one was like, here's your bad guy, jump around, collect some orbs, do some hero stuff.
I'm not done.
Whereas the second game...
No, get away! Okay.
When Eco dies, all I'm gonna hear is Praxis!
Okay. Okay, so I've already made it farther than my PS3 run. Ugh. Alright, now. If I beat Axel, I'm done with the introduction.
As you're holding your PS4 control in the air, you just hear out of its microphone, "It's me! No, it's me!" in Daxter's voice.
Alright, okay. Doing pretty good so far. Uh-oh.
The point is that I'm making is that you could clearly tell there was a whole lot. It really felt like the only reason they made that third game was to cash in on a paycheck. It really felt like that's what
they originally meant to make a sequel to the second game, but that third game, it easily has. Well, look, the reason why I say that Jak 2 is far better than Jak 3 is because, unlike Jak 3, where they just fell asleep at the keyboards, they actually gave a crap about making a story for Jak 2, and they actually pulled it off very well.
Yeah. But I think at the end of the day, even knowing that,
okay,
even though that I know that they put a lot of effort into the game, it could have been. I mean, regardless of the inspiration of the effort that was put in, I think, in all honesty, the only reason obviously they did like Jak. They did go out of their way to make a second game. You don't just do that, but you don't make something because you don't like it. Obviously, they didn't do that. But I think even still, I don't think they expected Jak 1 to succeed as much as it did, because of the fact that, you know, it was just their first attempt at PS2. Even they specifically clarified that it was only it was basically like their test run on a new
creating
console
a 3D open world, right?
Yeah. And so when they saw that it got so much success, they wanted to make a successor to it, which they did. But in a way, you could interpret it as just another means to get a paycheck, which I really hope that isn't the case for Jak 2, because considering the amount of effort and charm that the game had, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is coming from a guy who freaking gave up after how absurdly angry he was getting at the game. Like, after how absurdly pissed I was getting, I just quit. Because, you know, there's only a certain amount of
He quit and he used debug mode and you got the platinum trophy that way.
And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not sad about it because, there's only so much I can take. Because when you get me that angry, I have never been that. I mean, I have 100% Sonic 06, mind you. I have never been this angry at a game.
Yeah, and
ever,
I've known you to never be a quitter.
I'm not. But you know, I gotta move on and do other stuff. There's a point where I just can't do it anymore. But that's not my point. What I'm saying is that, you know, I really enjoy the first act of Jak 2, because it's just, all the cutscenes are funny. There's, there's a lot of commotion going on. It's like you're watching like a Saturday morning cartoon show. That, like, the action is fun, you get Dark Jack's introduction, which is freaking awesome as heck. The you know, it sets you in the right mood. It does everything right. But after Act 1, there's just this massive drop off for me. Like right in the middle of Act 2 is where that massive drop off happens, because then at that point of the
that's
game,
a lot of damage.
It just becomes more of, instead of being, okay, I don't know how to describe this right, but you know how in Ratchet 1, even though they kept throwing like similar enemies at you over and over and over and over and over and over again, they at least put them in different situations in which you would have to choose which weapon to use properly in order to get past them, which was a clever way of adjusting difficulty. But in Jak 2, it's more like, okay, you killed 5 Crimson Guards, how about 10? How about 15? How about 20? How about 25? How about 20 more? It's like,
that
why?
almost reminds me of like
not...
Daxter's little banter in the Hip Hop Academy. He's like, so there I was, toe to toe with 5 of the nastiest metalheads you ever saw. Slime oozing from monstrous jaws. Teeth sharper than daggers. Slowly, all 10 of them surround me. Do I surrender? No. I'd summon my highly trained killer instincts and pounce. Yahoo! Ha ha! And when the dust cleared, there were 20 less metalheads in the world.
Exactly. I mean, that's a perfect. It's just, you know, the scale. I mean, there's a point. I finished and played a lot of very difficult games, and you know, some that. But I've never lost patience with them because, you know, with the game that's supposed to be considerably difficult. I'm talking. I mean, I even finished Bloodborne, which had, pun intended, my blood was boiling by the time I finished that game because it is so absurdly hard. But the thing about Bloodborne is that it does right with its difficulty is that you know how you messed up. Like, I just hit that strike there. Oh, I just needed the health potion there. Or like, oh, I did that wrong strike. Or, you know, like, it shows, you know, you can learn from your mistakes and move on. But in Jak 2, almost all the times I failed were because of bullcrap game design.
I know that you got frustrated with it, but I say this again, I think you really just didn't slow down and think your way through the game.
Oh no, I was trying, trust me. I really gave it my all to understand what I was doing, but there's a certain point where it really becomes the game's fault of how you die, or just absurd game. I mean, because let's think about this. The whole reason the ring races are bullcrap is because Naughty Dog was too lazy to despawn the civilians and the vehicles outside and of course the Crimson Guard in the game. So it's like, why would you do that? Like, I don't. Okay, that's where I go back to my point about. The main criticisms that I have is that so many of games, depending on what mechanic you're talking about, have done this better. Like ring races. Heck, even Batman, which is completely unrelated to this, has like glide missions that you can do to get a grapnel upgrade. It's like a slingshot. But you glide through these, I guess, synopsis of rings. Kind of like Superman 64, but better. But... you can actually control
that game up.
Yeah, but like, you know, at least, you know, there isn't anything technically in the way aside from the last one because it's just challenging your directional skills. Right. There's nothing inherently blocking you or damaging you from getting to the goal. There's not something that stops your momentum, which is the main problem with the ring races. Is because of, I mean, you know, the precursor orbs. That's not a problem. You know, you find them, you collect them, you know, obviously you can't get some you can't ever get back without glitches, but that's not the issue. That's
actually, okay, look, as much as I love Jak 2 and admire that it is my favorite game ever, I will admit that it's far from flawed. I mean, it's far from perfect.
Far from flawed?
Hey, I was correcting myself, okay, don't...
I know.
Don't, okay. the problem is that with the collectibles, that by the end of the game you say, yeah, I want to get the platinum trophy of this game, and you go after all the collectibles, but then you realize...
You forgot.
But then you realize that there are 2 places in the entire game that if you get after a certain point into the game, you can no longer go to those places. Those being the strip mine and the metalhead nest. Both for different reasons. One, because the strip mine shares the
same teleporter.
It uses the same teleporter as the drill platform, and the last mission you use with the teleporter is to the drill platform, and it never resets.
Yeah.
The problem with the metalhead nest is that the transport that takes you there never respawns. So, like, they forgot to reprogram it so you could go back. But that means that if you wanted to get all 286 and you weren't even getting any of the precursor orbs in either locations, you'd be missing 14 orbs by the end of the game, and you'd have to play the entire game over just to do that. I find, well, look, if you just collect them and you know where they are, it's not that much of a problem.
It's not that big of an issue.
But if you're new to the game and you don't know where they are, and you wanted to get the platinum trophy and complete the game, oh, my prayers to you, my friend. That's the kind of game that kind of kicked me into shape and kind of encouraged me to be an explorer and like look for all the like little nooks and crannies whenever I could in a game before progressing, because I never know if I could never come back or not. Like with Kingdom Hearts 2, there are some locations in the game that you can't return to, but luckily there are no collectibles in any of those locations. And they do that only because it's tied to the plot. And they want you to complete the game, but, yeah, there are some exclusive areas that you can't return to, but they mainly do that just purely because, like, maybe it's a boss, or maybe it's just it's for a cutscene. It's not for, like, oh, you need to explore this place and go and collect it. And go get some collectibles,
Which, at that point, the only way you're ever gonna complete the game is by technically cheating and debugging.
Yeah, which
because at that point, you've already proven yourself.
Yeah, but, like, this is my favorite game ever. I can never prove myself more. Just by playing the game more and more just proves how much I love it.
No, I'm not talking about you specifically, but for that person that has that unfortunate thing that happens. At that point, the only way you can technically complete the game is by cheating, which is unfortunate. I mean, I think any way that you can complete a game for cheating, in a way, is retarded, because...
But I mean, can you do that?
At least... Well, yeah, but that's only... I mean, but I still think it's stupid that I was able to do that. Like, if I wasn't able to be given that period, then I wouldn't have even... I mean, at that point, I would have stopped. But if I wasn't given that option, I wouldn't have taken it. But even still, why offer the option anyway? Why make it to where...
Okay,
I mean,
so
because...
I believe that the game was never intended to have a debug mode, and it was just discovered by pure accident, and debug mode, I don't think it was an official, like, application to Jak 2. It was never meant for that, but someone managed to uncover it through a code, I think, and every version of the game has it. Even the original PS2 version. I have yet to find out, because I love the Jak Daxter games so much, I do not use cheats in them whatsoever, unless I actually just want to do it for fun and not like completion's sake. But when I'm completing like maybe Jak 2 or Jak 3, and like it really depends on like the kind of cheat that you're using. Like if you want to get like through hero mode, then I can understand like putting on invulnerability, because that's just stressful. But for like hacking or not really hacking, inputting a code at the beginning screen and just getting everything done that way, like all the orbs, all the story, all the side quests done.
Yeah,
that's just unfair to the game.
See, I think that had to have been intentional, because of you don't just leave a debug mode in a game and expect like obviously they didn't give you any hint on how to unlock it, but if they left one in there, that means they left it on purpose, because that means that the developers themselves left it in there for people to find out, or for themselves just to goof around in their code. Because you know that kind of stuff, I'm not that. See, now this is where I find it to be problematic, is that the thing is, with this debug mode cheat, you are able to access it the moment you turn on the dang game. So it's not like you have to complete the game once. It's not like you gotta beat the story.
You don't even have
once.
to start the game at all.
Like you can just input it in the moment you get on that title screen, which is where I find it to be a problem, because it's not like you had to work for it. It's not like you had to earn it. It's just they give it to you right off the bat, and it's, you know, even though I did use it for reasons, but that still doesn't. Oh, it didn't.
Okay. Wow. Sorry. It's just I wasn't expecting that, but I died again.
What, you died?
Yeah, I died again, and like and what's even more embarrassing, I got killed by a shadow. That's humiliating. That's essentially the most basic Heartless. Just, you know, just a little guy with the antennas and the yellow eyes. He looks kind of like an ant. Yeah, I think I got killed by one of those. Well, I didn't say this would be a perfect run, did I?
See, that's the thing that I mean, you know, back in those, I guess
Phil.
in the older
Welcome
days,
to the stream.
I do like the option of having debug mode if you've earned it. Like let's say I'm gonna take a instance here. There was in the older Genesis Sonic games, if you beat the game once, you're given level select codes, invincibility codes, debug mode code, you know, sound system code, all kinds of stuff like that, because you beat the game and you're given free reign of however you want to proceed. But you know, it was and the older, and then in the I don't know if Mania has one actually, now that I think about it, but pretty much every other 2D side-scroller Sonic game, if you played them before and you beat the game, there's always a debug mode that you can get to mess with the game, which I think is a fun little reward just to see all the crazy crap you can do. Just
yeah.
But
well,
when you make it, I mean, like, even I got Twisted Metal Black and I played a little bit of it, but man, the controls are so hard to get used to. Like, dude, we're talking Sly 3 tank. I mean, no, Sly 2 tank controls. Oh god, dude, you know how you drive? It's not R2, it's not X, it's not even the engine. You have to use the left analog stick to move your truck forward or backward, and the right analog stick left or right.
No, wait, hold on, no, wait. We are talking about Sly 2 controls, right?
Oh, the Sly 2 ones are way worse, but I'm talking about it's like
okay, I've got to say that, like, in terms of a video game, the worst controls I think I've ever seen in any game, probably either Sly 2 or worst controls ever.
That'd be. You know, I haven't played a game where the controls are really super bad.
Well, I mean, okay,
in a while, so I really couldn't.
I'm at least glad that in Sly 2, it's not like throughout the entire game. It's only for one mission. Well, no, it's just technically like two missions. Yeah, and they're not even that long. And once they're done, they're done.
Yeah.
And like
that's another.
Like I gotta say that even though the tank controls in Sly 2 were probably the worst I've used in a video game ever, they aren't that bad either. I mean, yeah, they're horrible, but at least it's manageable.
You could at least see the mindset that they had with it.
Yeah. With
why they made them the way they were.
They wanted to have actual tank controls.
At the end of the day, the tank itself is just a gimmick, and it's a shitty gimmick that they put in the game. Pardon my language, but it's the controls are like absurdly bad. But it's not like, because you know that they could have done it so much better. But at least you can tell that they had that mindset of you'd know what they're thinking. But with freaking, I mean, I don't even remember Twisted Metal. I own the first Twisted Metal. So I've owned it, I've completed it several times, I've used every cheat in the book on that game. So I played it a lot, but, you know, my muscle memory is usually pretty good. I have never seen that the left analog stick to move the truck forward and backward and the right one to being left and right. I'm like, I have never seen that before. Like, what kind of blasphemy am I doing? And there's no way to change the control. You know, my biggest problem with games, I mean, most games control the same these days, depending on the genre. Platformers, X button to jump. You know, the shooting games, any game with a gun in it, it's pretty much L2 aim, R2 shoot, or just R2 shoot.
Oh, ow! Oh, that hurt! Oh, wow, that was a massive hit. Sorry, just... and I'm dead. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is...
Rico just got punched in the dick.
That was rather vulgar. Okay, well, also, I gotta say, well, back on the topic of Jak 2, is that, you know, now that the PS4 version's released and, like, people have had time to play the game, I actually gotta say that I really feel alone when it comes to being a Jak and Daxter fan, because, like, okay, there's still a fan base to Jak and Daxter, don't get me wrong, but it's so small these days, and second of all, I see people buying the Jak and Daxter bundle for PS4, and then the second they get it, they use debug mode on both 2 and 3. You know why they do that? Not to play the game, but to get the Platinum Trophy, delete it, move on. That wastes your money, and it wastes the game. Like, it's embarrassing, and also for the record, is this really what Jak and Daxter's legacy is gonna be? Just people buying the game, getting the Platinum Trophy, then being scoffed off to the side? Like it's not even worth anything? That's just not fair.
I wanna say something real quick. See, the reason I bought the collection was because it was all 4 of them for $15 because it was on sale, and plus of the fact that, again, I couldn't complete Jak 3 again because of my HD copy got botched again because of the fact that I deleted my old account.
Honestly,
so
dude, you just had a bad track record with the games, period.
I had a bad track record with all of them to begin with. I mean, it's like, first one, I got to a place, I mean, granted, I was like, what, 7 when I played Jak 1, so it was completely, I mean, it was relatively different from games that I played, but I, for some reason, could never figure out how the zoomer, how to beat the zoomer lava level, the first one you use the zoomer on. So I was like, well, I'm done. So then I go to Jak 2, and then the freaking bloody laser tank kills me to death, and then I say, well, I'm done with this game, and then I get to Jak 3, and then I'm like, get to the very first time you're going into the desert, game freezes every single time I try to load it up.
Wow.
Well, that's...
Okay,
that's why I said my copy was botched. Like, I can never beat my PS2 copy because it's stuck on this weird glitch that I can't find anywhere on the internet, where every time I enter the desert, I mean, this is when the moment after the big fat guy tries to threaten with eating Daxter or whatever. The moment...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when he threatens about eating Daxter, he's like, I'll let you use one of my rides, so when you
I'm sorry, that was Cleaver,
Yeah, like whenever you try to get into his vehicle, and the moment you try to drive towards the gate, or even walk towards the gate, the game freezes. And it's like...
Donald, I really need you alive, dude! I can't believe I actually said that! I need you to heal me! That was unpleasant. Very unpleasant. Okay. Also, like, Blue, I'm not gonna harp on you anymore about, how you got the Platinum Trophy unfair, but I think that, it may be worth another playthrough, dude. Like, I'll be there with you. We'll go through it together.
I'm sure.
Like,
I'm sure
okay,
I'll go back
I don't
at some
mind that.
point.
I don't mind that you use debug mode at this point now because it's just it's just an argument in vain. And second of all, like, all I just want is for you to, like, kind of get a grasp of the same appreciation I do for the game. That's all.
I mean, like, the thing I was going to
Okay, this part sucks.
say the
Part really
thing,
sucks.
but what I was getting at is about, you know, despite my poor experiences, I wanted to basically, like, you know, get another crack at all these games, and plus it's Jak Daxter PS4. I mean, despite how sloppy, oh god, I do not remember how sloppy these. I completely forgot how slippery all the vehicles were in the game.
Actually, I don't remember the vehicles being so slippery.
No, I mean, I'm just talking about when you're driving, or maybe it's just a few specific vehicles, because I know that every vehicle, I mean, almost at least every vehicle and every racing game is going to have like a sluggish but really powerful, speedy vehicle that doesn't turn well. But like, it seemed like all the vehicles don't turn well. And
this part really sucks. And sorry, keep going.
Not my point. No, not my point. This is basically, I wanted to try them again, but I think that
Leon can be downed? What?
Let's go.
Okay, I've never. What just happened?
This boy just dropped his balls.
Dude, every single time I've played Kingdom Hearts 2, I've never had that happen. I had no idea that Leon could be downed.
War has changed everything.
What? Tell Blue I said hi, Ika. Oh, okay. Phil says hi.
Alright. But
And I'm so. Oh my gosh.
this boy's done right now.
No, I've experienced worse. You know me. I've experienced much worse. Need I bring up Knack?
No, I know that. But I'm just saying that, like, the freaking. I think, despite. At the end of the day, I think despite what little credit the series had left after the PS3 HD collection, all of that was just milked for pennies the moment they released the PS4 versions of the game, because at that point you could tell that they really don't care about Jak, and the only thing that they care about is making money at this point over it.
And at this point, like, the franchise has been left with nothing but a tarnished legacy. Like, it feels like Jak and Daxter's reputation has really diminished over the years, and it's obvious.
Oh, it has.
It has.
I mean, it's...
And, like, is it even fair to that franchise? I don't think so.
No. I mean,
like,
not
okay,
even as
it's not a perfect franchise. No franchise in any right can be perfect. But Jak and Daxter deserve better.
Because, I mean... I think because, yeah, you know... It's... Okay, let's just think about this from a... I mean, not just in that economical standpoint, but just overall. With Jak and Daxter, again, the last sequel, the last game, period, that they made, not counting Move Heroes and not counting Battle Royale, the last game he made an appearance in that was technically his was Lost Frontier.
We all know how much
even
that
though
sucks.
it wasn't received, even though it was received like garbage, the problem with it overall was that it was basically a Jak and Daxter game that didn't feel like a Jak and Daxter game. If you slapped any name on it other than Jak and Daxter, probably people would have said it's okay, and just meh. But just because of that alone, it was given the tarnished hatred that it was. And I'm not trying to give this game any credit, but because of just how bad it flopped, I think that was a Naughty Dog's last shred of love for the character and the series as a whole, because this was their last attempt. They said if this sucks, then well, we're done. You know, we're done with this.
And I died again.
We're tired. Even though they gave
Man.
it over to High Impact, which again, still Naughty Dog still had their fingerprints on it.
Yeah, by the way, Naughty Dog was originally meant to make the Lost Frontier. Yet they were, you know what? You know why they gave up the High Impacts? Because they were busy with Uncharted 2. They wanted to devote all their time and effort to Uncharted 2, and well, while it was really critically appraised and got several Game of the Year awards, they really just left Jak in the dirt. All because they wanted awards and they wanted a better game.
I think that, you know, and I even if you flip the story,
sorry, go ahead.
Like even if you flip, Naughty Dog makes the game like all they really had to do was just delay Uncharted 2 and finish Jak Lost Frontier, but I guess at this point their team was more motivated to work on Uncharted.
As far as I know, Naughty Dog doesn't like delaying games. Like, I heard that they absolutely hated it when they had to delay Uncharted 4. And they had to do it for their own reasons, but they wanted to release it as soon as they could. So that the fans could have it firsthand, but seeing how they had to delay it for improvements in gameplay and making sure that the ending was perfect for fans to admire, they delayed it for those reasons. And those reasons I can understand, but if a game is being delayed and then it turns out to be a piece of crap, then it was ultimately a waste of time and money.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, we can't read.
I'm dead.
Read their minds.
Dang it.
You know, like I think I have a. I mean, I myself.
I'm not like
I'm not a mind reader, but just basing my thoughts on pure actions that they have made and choices that they have made. The only reason that I can think of that they purposely left Lost Frontier in the hands of someone else is because of the... Even if they made it themselves, I still would have think it would have just been a cheap cash-in. It probably would have been a little bit better, but that's not... The product
Lost Frontier made by LJN.
That's like saying... but, you know...
Lieutenant Steele, welcome to the stream.
They had... With what they had, with what was going on, you know, they basically tossed off that project just because of the fact. I think this is my personal thoughts, but I think they only really did that just because of the fact that they knew. They had the mindset that this was a dead-end project, that they were just going to be losing money.
They knew like halfway through that it wasn't going to be good, so they just left it alone and just like.
They could have also maybe,
I really
but
wish I could heal
overall,
right now.
I think people would be satisfied more so if Lost Frontier never got released, and that goes to my point with. The reason why Jak and Daxter is basically a dead series is not only just because of the fact that all of these faults with, you know, obviously Naughty Dog not caring, fallout of fan base with the second game, not saying, I mean, the first one obviously was highly successful, but because of the fact that it's happy-go-lucky,
it was critically successful, but not financially successful.
Oh, well, yeah. Like, the third game, obviously, a lot less effort was put into the third game. Jak X was, despite as fun and as goofy and as Jak and Daxter's game is,
I saw
you can, coming. I mean, just compare to even some of the racing games at the time. Like, not even just talking about my personal bias. I mean, at this point, when Jak X came out, we already had Twisted Metal Black, which is amazing. We already had Sonic Riders, we already had Mario Kart Double Dash, and don't even forget 64 at this point. You already had Need for Speed at the time, Most Wanted. You had those games that were really good, well-received racing games that a lot of people like. So when Jak and Daxter decided to try it, not that it was a bad attempt by any means, but you can tell that they really only did that because it was popular. It was a popular genre, and they wanted the paycheck.
Okay, do I spend my money on Donald and Goofy to get better weapons, or do I just worry about getting
Do I stay or do
equipment?
I go?
Should I stay or should I go? Oh, I can't believe I referenced that song.
But like,
man, I need like potions and high potions and like stuff that'll heal me in battle. I kind of wish Naughty Dog would give Jak and Daxter Insomniac. Look at what they did with the Spider-Man game a few months ago. They did really well with Spider-Man, but honestly, I think that that would come with a little bit of backlash because fans of Ratchet and Clank have always kind of been rivals with Jak and Daxter, and not really in the good sense. Like, they're not friendly competitors. Like, some people absolutely despise Jak and Daxter just because they love Ratchet and Clank more. And giving Jak and Daxter to like Insomniac, that might split the fan base.
Well, to be honest, I think overall it probably won't. It's not so much the fact that what if Insomniac made it. It's more so, do they really want to make it? Because, like, I mean, Insomniac Games has a good amount of respect for Naughty Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the fact they helped them make the first game, and they also co-created Crash 1 and all the Crash games and the Spyro games together.
And not to mention that they shared the same offices back in the day.
You know, they have a high amount of respect for one another, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to this, is that, are they really willing to make a Jak and Daxter game? And yeah, sure, they definitely could. I mean, anybody could, to be honest. I mean, if you're a person that knows how to make code,
well,
and
first
3D
you need
models
to
and shit,
acquire the
they
rights
could.
to the franchise, because, quite frankly, at this point, I don't even know where the rights to Jak and Daxter belong to anymore. Does it still belong to High Impact, or does it belong to Naughty Dog? Well, I know... Okay, look. I know that it primarily belongs to Sony, because Jak and Daxter is a Sony product, but...
Yep.
I'm talking about developer-wise. Like, who's in control of it? Naughty Dog? High Impact? I don't even know if... Well, okay, look, I heard High Impact got shut down years ago, right?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's Sony's.
It's kind of like... It's somewhere. Like, I don't know if Naughty Dog has it, and I don't even know if Sony cares. Yet they're holding it like it's some sort of puppet.
Let's not get into that though, because that's a whole nother conversation. But it's just the fact that, you know, yeah, sure, they could make one, but do they really want to make one? Because, you know, I mean, Insomniac Games is a great developer.
Enough said. Back to Twilight Town.
You know, they've made lots of good games. Naughty Dog has also made lots of good games.
Oh,
but,
yeah, they've made a lot of
critically...
Well, yeah, they've made a lot of critically well-received games, and have kind of put them back on the map as one of the best game developers that Sony has. But
at the end of the day, you know, just because you give a franchise to a game developer that has a good track record doesn't mean that you're going to get a successful product. Not saying that I doubt Insomniac's ability, but at the end of the day, you have a game developer, right? And even if not spending their own dime on it, at the end of the day, it's really up to, do they really have the passion to make it, or do they even want to make it in the first place, or are they doing it for a paycheck? Which I really hope wouldn't be the case. But you know, I mean, I get it. Work is work, and it feels like that sometimes.
But honestly, like, I feel that Naughty Dog just treated it only as work and not as an interest.
That's what I'm saying. Then and you know, it's not just maybe Insomniac wanted to make. Let's say in this scenario. Well, if you think about Jak and Daxter right now, like, he is practically on another planet in another solar system. Like, nobody is like, aside from core fans, is talking about Jak and Daxter. Like, he is absolutely he's basically a dead franchise in a nutshell, like in a short synopsis. So if they were to bring him back, they would have to do a lot to bring him back. Not just saying that the game would have to be great. You know, they would have to have some massive build-up to it, and they would have to, like, go all out of their way with advertisements and everything and such like that for even people, not even just talking about people who know Jak from the older games, we're talking about branching him out to a new audience.
Like,
because that's
maybe a soft reboot.
Yeah, like, that's the only way that Jak and Daxter could succeed again. And that's what they're doing with Sly Cooper, is that obviously they've written themselves in a corner with Sanzaru, because Sanzaru doesn't want to finish the game, and Sony doesn't really know how to approach it, so with the movie, decided we'll make it a TV show. So with a TV show, and it seems like, from what I'm hearing from, it makes sense if you think about it. They're basically just taking back the series to its roots with just Sly Cooper and his gang stealing stuff and Carmelita chasing after them. At the end of the day, that's what Sly Cooper does. He steals stuff because he's stealing stuff from criminals, or he's stealing stuff for his own personal pleasure. That's, at the end of the day, that's what happens. He steals things, gets chased by cops. Yep. That's what happens.
How's life
and then beats people with his puny stick. But
hey, I've seen that stick.
But
life's going all right, Lieutenant Steele. Thanks for asking. Oh man, I hate. Oh, this is terrible. Now, okay, I do have a high potion, but wait. How do I not have that equipped? Am I stupid or something? Why did I not equip that high potion?
Oh, dude, I know what you're feeling right now.
Like, okay, I got. Okay, you gotta go. No worries, Lieutenant Steele. Take care. Okay, this dual stance is actually helping a lot, but it's a really big gamble. If I screw up dual stance, I might as well be dead. And, oh, there it goes. I'm dead again. Oh, this is why I hate myself. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Real quick, I cannot believe I didn't do this before. Okay, wait. I have 5 potions and 5 high potions?
And you've never looked in your...
I didn't even know?
Until now.
Oh! Oh! I'm such an it. Wait, hold on.
And I just see...
Hold on. I've got 2 high potions equipped. Okay, no, let's make that 3 and... Hold on. Customize. Let's tie high potions to that, and let's put the high potions on auto reload. We don't want to take those off, at least for now, anyways. Now, unfortunately, because I keep getting reset to this one point, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go back and save my spots, and exit the world, and then go back to the world, and then it'll, like, my save point will be brand new, and so every time I spawn in, I'll have high potions. Ugh. See ya, Steel. Eco, did you see my last comment? Oh yeah, Sony owns Naughty Dog. Well, sorry Phil, but we know that Naughty Dog owns the rights, but I'm talking about developing rights. Like, does Naughty Dog own the developing rights to Jak and Daxter, or are we, or like, does Sony just like have it hanging by a thread? Spyro Snivy, hey, welcome to stream, dude. How you doing? Rest in peace. Yep.
They basically own every right to
like God of War, Uncharted, Infamous, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet & Clank, Sly Cooper, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man. They own all those rights, but they all have different developers, and I'm asking, like, where do the development rights to Jak and Daxter belong to? Like, do they belong to some company or just Naughty Dog? Or like,
it's more like like you said with Infamous and Sucker Punch. Like, Sucker Punch owns Infamous. Like, they own the series. They don't They don't. Sony doesn't own that. They just have the right to put it on their console.
But then why does it have only on PlayStation on it? Because it's a Sony product.
Because it's advertised that way. It's advertised as a Sony.
But even the game says that Sony Computer Entertainment presents.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, you have to put that logo on there regardless of, even if it's a cross-platform game. Like if you get Call of Duty Black Ops 3, it's gonna say Sony Computer Entertainment on it because you own the PlayStation copy.
Yeah, and that means, well. Okay, look, if you see a game that says, like, Sony Computer Entertainment presents, that essentially means that that's exclusive only to the console and it belongs to Sony as a product.
Well, that's...
Because, you know, Sucker Punch...
an interesting way of looking at it, but
well,
it's not what the case is.
Well, you know that Sucker Punch originally started not as only, you know, like a Sony developer.
No, I know that.
They had like what, Rocket 64, and like that was for the N64. But eventually they came to the PS2, and Sony gave them
Sly Cooper.
Yeah, they offered them a deal and said that if you can make us a game that will sell well, not only will we give you money to finance the games and pay you as well, but we will also only sell your games on PlayStation. Honestly,
yeah,
like,
but see that's a partnership deal rather than it being. It's but just because Sony allows them to put out, like, that's like, it's different in the case if you're referring to like Game Freak and Nintendo. Nintendo owns Game Freak. It's just another division of Nintendo that makes Pokemon games. But Sucker Punch is their own company. They're not they're allowed to produce on Sony consoles,
right, and like,
produce Sony content.
That actually reminds me, you prove a good point, because you know why? Sunset Overdrive was on Xbox One, and it was made by Insomniac Games.
Yeah.
And, well, I think that's actually because that Sony doesn't own the full rights to Insomniac. So they, like, even though Insomniac prefers to make games on PlayStation, they have the legal freedom to, you know, put games on other consoles and yet again. No, yeah. Unlike Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch, which, you know, Sony owns.
Yeah, well, yeah, they own those companies, but,
well, at least the chests are open, I think.
But going back to the last thing I'll say about that Jak and Daxter scenario, see, the problem is that there's so many things. Because, I mean, with Sly Cooper, you know, at least with Sly Cooper, you gotta factor in that even though Sly 4 is, in my own opinion, I think it's one of the, I wouldn't say it's definitely not a horrible game. It's good. But, you know, it could have been better and everything like that. But for what it is, for waiting 7 years for another game, it was a Sly Cooper game that played like Sly Cooper. A lot of people liked it, and at the end of the day, you know, positive news is a whole lot better than negative. So when you take that into account, that Sly is still, you know, it's not as popular as someone to say Sonic, Mario, Pac-Man, Mega Man, something like that.
Actually, I'd actually say that a lot of, like, IPs for Sony aren't that popular. Yeah, I even gotta say that God of War on that page, because it's one of Sony's flagship franchises, yet compared to the legacy of, like, maybe Sonic or Mario or like Zelda, he's not nearly as, like, nothing Sony created is nearly as that popular. But you were saying?
To add to that is that, like, to that though, Kratos. I mean, people know who Kratos is. People know who Ratchet and Clank, Cole McGrath, Delson Rowe. They know who these people are, just because of the fact that, you know, I mean, the thing that's mostly benefiting Sonic, Mario, Pac-Man, time is on their side. They've been here for 30 plus years, at most. Oh, Sonic's almost 30, but it's like, they've been around for a very long time and have been able they've been able to, like, entertain generations and decades upon, you know, on people. So they've been there for a while. Whereas, you know, Kratos, he's one of the older IPs, but even still, he's still relatively new in terms of if you're gonna mention Crash Bandicoot or Sonic or Mario.
What the hell do I know, eh? Well, no, that's not what I meant, Phil. No. I didn't mean to come off like that. You were saying, Blue?
But like, my point is that, like...
Sorry, it's just... I gotta keep up with my my comment section at the same time, so sorry.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, my thoughts, I mean, Phil, like, my thought, I'm not saying that it's impossible to bring back Jak and Daxter to its heyday, but you would have to do a lot in order to do that. You would have to somehow make Jak applicable to a whole new audience, and that they would have to probably tone it down to the point to where Jak 1 was with its innocent look, because in all honesty, not that in this day and age that, you know, people aren't used to gun shooty bang bang, I killed somebody, what you freaking do, you know, but it's just they would have to do a lot to bring him back, and I don't think any game developer with even the most mental mindset could even possibly think of doing it. Because there's just so much at stake, because I think in all honesty, you would have to pour a lot of money and time and effort in order to really bring the series back. And, with so many people trying to take it down and ripping it off as if it's nothing, like
get away from me! Oh my gosh, dude!
I'll wait till this dude's done.
I'm gonna keep going, but that was so stupid. That one nobody juggled me when I was gonna kill his friend. Ugh.
Man, why do people gotta be assholes?
What a jerk!
Keep people friends.
What a jerk! Gosh, that guy's mean.
Kill people.
What's up his butt?
But
hold on to your butts, y'all. Ego's about to lose it. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying, okay? Look, okay, I'll say this. I'm at least farther than I was when I played the PS3 version.
Before.
I made it through the tutorial. And I actually didn't lose my marbles. But this part, I'm starting to lose it. It's because I don't like those samurai, nobodies. Because, like, they keep juggling you, and the problem with that is that, like, if you attack them, like, when they're doing their juggle, then you can, like, stun them and do, like, their reaction command and, like, deal a lot of damage. But the problem is that that's, like, applicable to only, like, one samurai at a time. And what that means is that you're still open to lots of attacks from all his friends. So, and not to mention on level 1, your defense is ass. Ugh.
I think we'll just sum it up by saying this, is that...
And I'm dead.
With...
No, I'm not dead. Okay.
The fact... With the facts knowing that there's just... See, I don't think it's I don't think it's that companies don't want to make... I mean, I'm sure in, like... somebody at Naughty Dog, and even Insomniac in cases, want Jak and Daxter to be popular like it was before. But there's a big difference between wanting and making that happen, because there's the amount of money that they gotta put in to make it work, because, I mean, even look at the recent news, like, the PS4 remakes really nailed the coffin on the franchise. I mean, not even Lost Frontier, I'm talking the PS4 remakes, and why do you say that? Well, think about it. Everybody that has played that game, despite, you know, it being nice to play the games on this console, it's still the same game with no little change aside from technical flaws in the PS3 machine.
I did it! We're moving on, folks! This isn't over! This is not a dead playthrough!
With, like...
Sorry.
with all the bugs and glitches that were in the game, and this is not only the first time that they remade the games, they remade the games a second time, and you can tell, again, they were only making this for profit, and that's how everybody else
like 20 minutes?
who bought these games saw that, for the most part. Like, so, even if we got an announcement like, We got a Jak 4 coming out, guys. We got a brand new reboot of Jak and Daxter coming out, and then I think a lot of people would just rip it off as, even if it didn't come out yet, would already have negative press saying that this is just going to be a cash-in. Just knowing that the fact that they pretty much did Jak X, Jak 3, Lost Frontier, and the PS4 remakes is nothing more than a cash-in. And
rapid fire, full auto. Good.
You would have to do so many things right in order to bring it. I just don't think it's possible. I don't see it happening. It's just,
I mean, the Jak and Daxter games, regardless of their current reputation, are still considered by many, and yeah, they're good games. And not only that, they were classics, and they will always will be. But well, we're talking about the Jak and Daxter games, not that Jak and Daxter game.
What about Daxter?
Well, Daxter can join the fray as well.
Yeah. You know what? That's what upsets me the most about this whole thing, is that, like, out of all the games they decided to bring, I mean, Jak X was nice, but, like, they didn't bring back Daxter.
Well, okay,
you know
so,
why they didn't do that?
I will
because
actually,
it was on the PSP.
Actually, I will give you, I'll give you an example of this. So, yes, Daxter was on the PSP, but you know what other game was on the PSP? Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
And you know what? Square Enix, because they love Kingdom Hearts and their fans love it as well, they made a final mix version in English for the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And like with Daxter, like, yeah, it was a good game, but like it was made by Ready at Dawn, and like unlike all these, you know, sub developers that are owned by Sony, Square Enix is completely independent, and they can, like, since they're very popular with, like, Kingdom Hearts and especially Final Fantasy, they have the funds and, like,
to make the passion,
the interest, and the love to make those kinds of versions. And quite frankly, the Birth by Sleep version on PS3 and PS4 probably did the original game justice. I mean, I heard that the original PSP version was still good too, but the PS3 version, and especially the PS4 version, are the definitive versions of the game to play. Whereas with Daxter, I bet that if they made a version of that for the PlayStation 4 with like an HD remake, that could work, because it's still a Sony product, and it wouldn't be hard to map out the controls, but the problem is, does Sony care enough to make that kind of product?
Happens. Yep.
Like, does Sony have the same level of care that Square does, or other companies? And I don't think so.
See, that's the issue. I mean, it's not even just that. Like, there are a lot of issues with anything that a person could even try to make Jak and Daxter other than merchandise, because just because of the negative, just the overall negative essence around the series at this point has really hurt it. Because in all honesty, you know that, I mean, think about it, all these other companies have made HD versions or collections of older games. Sonic with the Sega Mega Collection,
that's actually pretty recent, games. Right?
Oh, well, actually, that's like the fifth one
that
Sega
they made. But
yeah, that's like the fifth one that they made of older classic 90s, 80s games. But, like, you have the Sonic Mega Collection Plus, which has all the older games on it, and plus some of the newer ones. And you have the Gems Collection. But those games were made specifically because an audience, well, one, because they love the games that much, and two, is because a lot of people were wanting to play these games that you couldn't play. Like Sonic the Fighters, for instance. Until they re-released it on the PS3, there was no way in hell that you were going to find an ancient arcade machine that was actually in Wreck-It Ralph, if you had a good eye for it. You could find Sonic the Fighters in the movie. But it was basically this arcade fighting game that you could play with Sonic characters, but it was only available in arcade machines. And the only way to get the game again was with the Gems collection, which was on the GameCube, and then the only other way to do it now was with the PS3. But you see that when a company cares and has the drive and wants to make these games because they love that much, then it's not the issue. But with Jak and Daxter, because of just, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of fans of Jak and Daxter out there, but
sure. all two of us.
Just all two of us. I mean, I wouldn't say it's super popular. I mean, I want to say there's a good amount of people, but I'm just saying,
it was just
even with that little help that you got, even with that little bit of fan influence, it's not even for Sony here. What they see in that kind of project, and that's why they re-released the PS4. I think, in all honesty, even though that they were looking for another cash-in, I think, in all honesty, the only reason they re-released these games again and then just added Jak X just because, oh, it's different this time, guys, is the only reason they did this was just so they could test the water to see how many people would buy into this and maybe be interested in another game. Which, in all honesty, again, nobody bought it, for the most part. A good few people did. Some people bought it for a free platinum, and then some people bought it just because, it's like
just
$7.
uninstalled immediately after. Hashtag Daxter on PS4, I'm putting it on Twitter now. Oh hey, you know what? I've gotta add you on Twitter, dude. Oh hey, a new viewer to the stream, Susanna Livingston. Hi, nobodies. Hello, welcome to the stream.
But it's just I bring it back to it.
It's just a long haul.
There's so many things against it. Like, it's gotten to the point to where, like, maybe if, let's say Lost Frontier was never made, or let's say this was right after the PS3 re-releases, because, you know, with the PS3 re-releases, they made a good bit of money, you know? They made a good amount.
They did.
People liked them, and, you know, for what it was, a lot of people were happy that they got to play their old games again. So, but if they made, if they thought
I gotta get this
that,
anyways.
you know, because at that time, I'm sure that this was like a one-time thing that, you know, we can probably make some extra money off of this. So that's why they did it. But I think that they should have taken that opportunity to...
Okay, how much money do I have?
See what else they could do with
I really need
the
to
series,
work on getting more
but said everybody ever.
True.
This
but no,
boy
like,
included right now.
But no, like, okay, so it's true that I can't gain experience from any enemies in this game if I have no EXP equipped. But that doesn't exclude them from dropping items, health, or money. So if I need, like, potions or, like, I need equipment to better my stats, I need to fight more enemies. And unfortunately, that's not going to be a pleasant experience since I'm not going to be tough enough. But I think what I'm going to do is that if I want more money, I will...
This is how we do.
This how it's going to be done, y'all. Okay, no, but
that's a Katy.
What I'm going to do is off screen. If I want to get more money, I will farm for Heartless and Nobodies and see how much I can get. What?
It sounded funny the way you say it. I'm going to farm heartlessly, and I'm going to kill nobodies.
Said every bully ever. At real Philly Phil on Twitter. Okay. Well, I'll remember to do that after. Actually, you know what? No, I'll go ahead and add you right now. Oh, and speaking of Twitter, I finally managed to put a link to my own Twitter page on my YouTube channel homepage. So if you guys ever want to follow me, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, the link will be there on the homepage.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Make sure you all slide in his DMs.
No, not those DMs.
Not yet, anyway.
What? What are you suggesting, sir? Okay, yeah, let's
know.
see. Search. Okay. Hold on. Real... Okay, I type in real and the first thing that comes up is real Donald Trump.
I think it's like a popularity basis thing when you put in the search.
Really?
It's like the most popular.
Phil. Ah, there you are, my dude. Alright, follow you. Thank you.
In a way, I'm kind of surprised that you never played... Well, I honestly think if it comes on sale again, I definitely recommend that you personally play Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda, just because of just how... I mean, I know you love space, and dude, this has just space written all over it. Like
yeah, but you know what else had space?
On planet,
you know what else had space written all over it was No Man's Sky, and I was looking forward to that game.
Well, that game is entirely different than Mass Effect is, but the thing is that there's so many cool things about this game. Like
Let's see.
I mean, I know that you can only really go on foot on
defense.
only like
Under resistance, blizzard, fire, slightly increased defense. Okay, so I gotta think, what kinds of enemies are going to be in this world? There are the they're like those heartless that they're like the centaurs, and they have those staffs and they twirl them around. Those ones are really annoying. There's also like the mage. I think it's one of the mages. I'm disappointed that we didn't get to retrieve the arrow. Oh yeah, in Milan's world, yeah, the arrow stuck at the top of the tent. Or no, not the tent. Sorry, at the top of the pillar. Yeah. I mean, at least it was left in the game as a nod / Easter egg to the movie. That was cool. But let's see. I think I'll get this. But how much money do I have? I am 5 money off from getting the Abass chain. I'm getting it. Screw it. I'm getting it. I'm getting that. Ugh. Or maybe, should I save my money and, like, get it, only spend it on, like, really useful stuff? Because, like, the Abass chain, for now, could actually help me a lot. It will increase my resistance to magic attacks such as thunder, fire, and ice, and slightly increase my defense.
It will also get... I don't know if I should make this joke or not.
It'll also get so related.
It was going to be something like that, but it was more of a reference to an internet video. It was like... I don't... Do you remember, it's kind of like that car salesman video, but instead, you know how like some people do like advertisements for like characters and games or whatever? There was one about Dragonite from Pokemon. He said, this man over here gets his dick sucked 3 times because he has 3 Dragonites! Holy shit, Blazer man, you see Dragonite, it's got Flip and Hyper Beam! It's gonna blow your socks off! It's gonna kiss your ass goodbye! This man right here gets his dick sucked 3 times a day because he's got 3 Dragonites!
What do you guys think about doing a recording session of Uno? I mean, we could, but like Blue, he's retired from recording.
I mean, I can play Uno. Why not?
No. I mean, like doing a recording session is that you've retired from doing streams, making videos.
I can join other people's stuff. I don't care about that. Like, I mean, I'm fine with it.
Boy,
I'm in yours right now, aren't I?
Demonetized, don't you? Hey, man, I'm not getting it monetized anyways. I'm not a huge YouTube channel. You know that.
Please, if Eco wanted this monetized, he'd be sucking YouTube's big fat dill from here.
Dude, if I were getting stuff monetized, I'd have more subscribers and more views. Which I still hope for one day, but one can only dream. Bamboo Grove. This is where we went to. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Hold on. Wait. Don't we have to do those missions? Yeah, we do. Okay. Okay. The surprise attack. Man, I don't like these missions because, okay, it's not so much that the missions are terrible. It's the enemies that are in them, okay? So, there's a specific Heartless in this world that I find to be incredibly infuriating. It's those Heartless that look like they're centaurs and they have staffs, and like they can do like helicopter attacks with their staffs. They hit you so many times.
Such buttholes, man.
They hit you so many times with that in just one attack. And seeing how my defense isn't going to be all that great in this game means that if I get hit by one of those, I'm pretty much going down one hit.
One hit wonder.
Don't let the morale gauge run out. Oh my gosh, these Heartless just do not let up, do they?
Rika. Rika. Or Lucky Charms this time.
Not a gold horseshoe,
I tell you what, I'd be pretty, you know, as much as I'm...
Die! Thank you. Oh, Donald, thank you!
Slide 2 fundamentally, story-wise, everything, is such a much better game than the first one. But the first one has such a unique charm to it that I never find myself bored going back to it, you know, in a way. I mean, at first I really hated the Lucky Charms as a kid, because I'm like, I'm freaking dead in one hand, like, what the freaking But when you get used to it, it's like I've played games where you die in one hit before without any collectible or anything on.
Alright, first mission's done.
But it's also the kind of game that it's not hard to a point to where it's unforgiving. Like, I mean, if you lose all your lives, just start back from the beginning of the stage that you were on, you know? It's not like... It's not a big deal whether you die or not, but... That's what I'm hoping, like, I mean, I'm not expecting an exact one-for-one reboot.
That would just be unexpected.
That would be that's just stupid wishful thinking.
Ow! Stop hitting me, you ass!
Because what I think they're going to do, and this is, you know, nothing's 100% because, you know, we don't really have any credible
Sorry I
evidence.
cursed, guys. It's just, this is really stressful. The Gaming Mage! Hey! Welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing? Yeah, I know. I know he is. Wait, hold on.
No,
thank goodness that doesn't reset the other missions. That would just be... that would be awful.
But, I know that, well, just logically speaking, this is just from, you know, I think what they'll do is that if the TV show succeeds, I think they'll probably make their attempt. I don't know which developer, don't even get me started on that conversation because I have no idea. But I'm just saying, if let's say the television show succeeds after 3 episodes, it makes some money, you know, they decide that
I hate these Heartless so
much. I mean, I think it's a really easy thing to do, you know, make him appeal to a new audience, because Sly Cooper, you know, he's not this super serious character where no one can... I mean, I mean, he's definitely a relatable character. He's got a good cast of teammates, rivals, and stuff like that. You know, he's a good character. I don't see why he would fail in this route. But if they do succeed, and if they were to make a game, I think the most logical thing to do was to make it relate to the TV show somehow. Even though that seems a little odd, it makes sense just because of the fact that it should be unattached from the other games.
Send me invite, I'm dying.
Oh, Little Kane. I'll send you... Oh wait, I forgot. Eco's the Mafia boss right now.
But if you're gonna be in the party, dude, I recommend that you also read the rules that I have in the chat, or I mean in the description of the stream. Let's see. Here we go. How is Mass Effect Andromeda, anyways?
It's great. It's fantastic.
I heard it was kind of. I heard it was pretty bland.
Well, see that's when you hear. See, okay, there's a difference between because like for me, I have no idea. I mean, I've seen criticisms of this game, and for the most part, I just don't understand them. From what I get, it's just from people who have played the other games and getting their nostalgia get in the way of their arguments, and just saying that Mass Effect 2 is better just because Mass Effect 2 is better, you know, sort of thing. So, you know, I've never played a single Mass Effect game up until this point.
And here they are.
But I have...
The Heartless I absolutely despise in this world.
I have seen the other games.
Oh my... Oh, I can't block that attack.
I've not seen the ending. I just...
Oh my gosh.
I just know that in the third game that none of your choices really matter. It's basically Mass Effect... If I could explain it to you, Mass Effect is basically... If you took some elements from Infamous and Telltale with the decision-making in the game, like, because, you know, there's a lot of branching paths in the story that changes, that depends, you know, gives you and there's several different endings and everything, which you don't have to get all of them, you just, you know, keep the game nice.
Attack me! Stop! 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 Attacking me!
It's like if you took the decision-making and choices, story-driven story with Telltale and Infamous.
Mr. Crash, welcome back to the stream. How you doing?
Some space combat from Ratchet and Clank, and then you added in like.
My rule is, if you don't think about it, you're not actually sick. Okay.
Wait, who's sick?
Bill said that. Oh man.
All right.
Dude, I got 6 people watching. I seriously haven't seen a number like that in months. And how many like? I got 5 likes. Nice.
It's 3,000 years ago. 5 likes. 5 weeks.
3,000.
Thanos is already taken over the galaxy.
He's already wiped out half the universe.
No, I'm not Thanos.
Actually, about to clean up my house. Just stopping by for a bit. Okay. No problem.
Oh, and Eco, remember when you're talking about those planets that are just almost absolutely inhabitable? You know, with like one side being entirely flame and the other just being ice. That is in this game too. There are several planets that you come across.
So they actually pay attention to science, do they?
Yeah. There's. I mean, the galaxy itself, the Andromeda. I forget what they called it. It's the Helios.
Yeah, I gotta be really careful.
It's called Helios, I believe. The sector is called Helios anyway. Oh, or the galaxy is Helios. But I mean, obviously the planets.
Wow. I really should have seen that coming.
I don't know for a fact that the planets' names and their orbits and everything are based. I mean, obviously they're based on real life, but I don't know if themselves are real or not, just because of the fact that I just don't know. But I know that a lot of the ideas, orbits, how the planets work, how you make those planets habitable for your people and everything like that, that is based on real studies. Like all of it, like you find.
Oh,
I mean, I remember there was a planet that I saw where like one side was entirely like was so acidic that if you so much as touched the water, your arm would fall.
Well, you know,
dang!
Like, there are also, well, believe it or not, there's actually also a planet where it rains glass.
Yeah.
That's a big note for me.
See, the cool thing about it is about how you make these planets habitable. I mean, obviously you do like side quests and missions that make the planet more safe for your people, but the cool, in a way, you sort of terraform the planet with these. I'm not going to fully explain it, but it's just to keep a little mystery in there. But you're basically, your whole objective of the game as the Pathfinder of you're basically a group of. You are trying to make all of the species that have inhabited the Milky Way galaxy, basically humans, Hungarians, A couple other I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but sorry.
Keep my distance.
Let's just say plenty of different alien species and humans have
so
fully
once he gets out of that charge,
left behind the Milky Way galaxy because the Milky Way has basically been ripped apart, destroyed, even. So they
more
travel.
You gotta be joking me! More?
Andromeda.
What? There's more?
You're trying to make this
How's
galaxy
that
habitable for all your species.
A lot of Heartless.
I feel. You know what, Nico? You know who's to blame for all this?
What?
Kane is pulling all the strings. Everything. He's got a keyboard in his hand, and he's directing all the Heartless after you. You're gonna have the secret ending of your game right now. You're gonna find him at his keyboard, like in Silent Hill 2.
In his mom's basement.
He's like, "What's up?"
What's up? I hacked the game.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do this world first. I don't. I gotta consider all the possibilities here. Like this, is this really the best world to start with? I don't think.
After he beats Sephiroth, you're just gonna send Beetle after him.
I don't even think I'm gonna be able to beat Sephiroth. Not with my skill set. That's really asking much. But I think if I manage to overcome Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Level 1 Critical Mode, I think I can accomplish just about anything. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stream though, because like I do want to find a stopping point in this game, but also I haven't gotten very far in the game today.
I think also unrelated conversation. Getting back into Pokemon Go.
Oh no, don't hit me! They're jerks. They're just a bunch of jerks. Oh man, they're just a bunch of meanies. What's your thoughts about the upcoming Kingdom Hearts game? Dude, I look forward to it. As soon as I pick up the Reignited trilogy for Spyro in November, I'm pre-ordering it the same day. But one thing I actually don't like about the advertisement for Kingdom Hearts 3 is that I feel that Square is really starting to show way too much of the game now. And even parts that they shouldn't be showing.
Exactly.
Like the fight between Sora and Aqua, I felt that they really should have kept that on all-time low.
You know what? It's still 3 months of work that is still real, so...
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that they don't spoil the entire game. Like, spoiler alert, Sora dies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just want to say something real quick.
Oh boy.
But I know we're all excited about newer games, stuff like, you know, even the Spider-Man DLC that's coming out in just a few days. But no, honestly, all I'm looking forward to right now is just the Spyro trilogy. At this point, that's all I care about. But I mean, I'll play the Spider-Man deal. I bought them, of course I'll play them. I'm just gonna piss my money away. But, you know, the moment...
Oh my gosh.
Because I think I know that the October... I mean, not October, November release of the Spider-Man DLC. I don't know the exact release date. I don't think they've said the exact release date of it yet.
Wait, which again?
Of the Spider-Man game, the November DLC. I'm talking about the Black Cat DLC, the November DLC.
No, they haven't announced any of the other DLCs except for the Black Cat one.
But I'm going to assume that it's going to be after Spyro is released just because of the fact of how late this DLC is in October. I'm not saying that it's late on launch, just saying it's late in the month. So, I guarantee you that I'm at least going to be done with Spyro 1 by the time, because, no, honestly, if you know what you're doing, Spyro 1 is, I mean, it's a lot longer than Crash 1, but it's, you know, because honestly, I think it'd take you maybe a week and a half to beat 100%.
Like the first game or all three?
Yeah, the first game. The first game. Oh god, no, I hope it doesn't take you that long. You got some speedrunning skills, my dude, if you do that. Like,
yeah,
shit.
never played the game, so I have no experience speedrunning that game.
But, like, Spyro 1 is essentially... It's such a feel-good game. Like, it's easy, but it's not like... It's not
holding
like...
your hand.
It's not holding your hand, it doesn't baby you around, but it's... There's a good, significant amount of charm that's in Spyro 1 especially, that kept me playing all the way through until I got 120%. Like, I mean, sure you got your collectibles, but... See, the thing about Spyro 1 is that...
And I'm dead.
You know, it's pretty straightforward. All of the collectibles are pretty much in your path for the most part. Aside from a few gems here and there, you only have to get like.
You'll see they will add 2. Don't forget.
Or Donald.
Possibly,
what about me?
But it's like the gems.
Oh wait, hold on.
They're easy to obtain.
Do I have? Hold on, I need to take another look at my abilities.
Mini games. What's that? 25 high potions. You know what? The other thing?
What?
You probably, behind that keyboard that you got right now, you probably have like 15,000 high potions right now, and you're just only doling him out to his... You're only doling out him one in his inventory every time he dies.
Okay, that's my abilities, but...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I have fire. Okay, I do have fire. It's automatically mapped to the circle button. Okay. Okay. You know, I should... Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb.
Did you kill the Llama Mori?
No, dude. Okay, so you know how you can use drive forms in this game?
Yes.
Here's the problem, though.
Yes.
In the Mulan world, when you get there right away, you are forced to have Mulan in your party at the beginning. And that means that the only other party member slot that you have left is 1. It means that you have to swap between either Donald or Goofy. Now, with Donald, he can heal you if you need it, but with Goofy, I can transform into my drive form and do more damage, but... I don't like this. I don't like this at all. This is really restricting.
Hey, be glad that they're not going to restrict that kind of thing anymore. You can have up to 5.
Oh yes, thank goodness for Kingdom Hearts 3. You'll have all your party members available. Thank you.
No matter what.
No matter what, because in the Toy Box world, otherwise known as the Toy Story world, you get to have a total of 5 party members: Sora, Donald, Goofy, Woody, and Buzz. And they're all fighting at the exact same time. Whereas in the other Kingdom Hearts games, you're forced to only 3 party members: Sora, Donald, and Goofy, or...
They were built on older
Yeah, I know, but still, like, they should have implemented that later. Like...
Hey, they have it now. Alright, it's better.
Okay, how much? I still have 245, and I can't... Wait. Can I go back to Hollow Bastion? Hold on. I should be able to go back to Hollow Bastion for a second. Because I want to see if I can get it. Barbie girl. Wait,
what?
Sorry, what?
Fork. He's lost now.
You know what's funny? The only reason I know that song is because someone made a stupid Sonic music video over that stupid song. The Barbie girl song.
Gaggle face!
I feel so upset right now.
Upset?
Why?
Someone need a hug?
Because it's so freaking stupid! I don't even realize, like, I can't believe all the stupid crap that I watched as a kid. I don't even want to see it on here. Like, like, all of that bad fan fiction that I have seen in my life is horrible. It's so bad.
Poor man.
I mean, I've seen that. Remember those little Kane? You know those little stupid chat room videos? You know those high school videos?
No, don't remind me.
My friend was like, hey, you need to check these out just to torture me. I'm like, hey, this is pretty garbage. Hey, I know, right? I'm like, why did you show me this? It's like, first time I tried.
I'm a piece of crap.
Oh, dude,
Like,
you know,
Eco,
it's
it was so
really,
cringy.
Okay, it's really humiliating when you realize that Donald's magic does more than your Keyblade.
That does sound humiliating. Although,
Humiliating me.
there's a big reason why that's happening. You already know why. It's on the title of the stream. It was probably gonna mention it. Just check out the title of the stream.
It's called Rest in Peace, Eco Freak.
Rest in peace.
Hashtag
Rest in
rage,
peace.
hashtag
Rest in peace, Eco Freak's reputation.
Rest in Peace, Eco Freak, 1997 through 2018.
I didn't even start my channel in 1997. YouTube wasn't even around by then.
No, that's just because your life just ended the moment.
That's your lifetime right there, not
Dude.
just your...
No, Eco, dude, you just died of disbelief because you just couldn't take it anymore.
I think GTA, buddy.
SOS! SOS! We don't care. Go die. Hey, Eco.
Yes.
Hey, Eco. We could at least. You could do a whole lot worse than what you're doing right now. I mean, dude, let's. Not only would you be playing, how about we would have to do this whole run with Sly 2 tank control levels of bad control.
No!
How about let's make your jump button your R1 button and your attack button your L3?
No, wait, no, what's more awkward? How about you map the jump button to the touchpad? That would be awful, wouldn't it?
Well, I think in some VR games the touchpad is.
No, I'm talking about like a fully fledged 3D platformer, like main entry kind of game, not like a VR game.
Oh, okay. But like even still though, I think that
Terrible.
it doesn't sound as cool. I think I played a game that has that. Dude, you know what'd be worse? In order to access the menu, you would have to say menu in the little microphone on the controller. Every time. Menu. I can imagine Eco doing this. Menu. Fucking menu!
Profanity, man.
Every time you want to make an action, you have to say what you're going to do. Potion! Attack! Dry form!
This is it!
or that stupid the stupid Konami headphone thing. Fire! Fire!
Rip my ears.
Fire!
Sorry, Phil.
Fire!
Wait, I thought I... Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that I turned up the
Dang that narcolepsy.
No, I turned up the audio outputs in the party, remember? So does my voice come out as loud, or does it
No, it seems pretty loud.
Sorry? Really? You want me to
No,
okay.
it's fine, because your freaking game's kind of taking over the freaking thing as well.
It's your boy, Kane.
It's your boy!
Did you
Blue.
just say
Oh,
it's
Blue.
Oh,
Blue. It's
but
he's being loud.
It's your boy, Fruitcake.
Sorry, what?
wait, I'm being loud. How am I being loud? Is my sexy voice not good enough for you?
You're dead to me.
Wait, hold on. Hold the phone. What am I doing? I should be upgrading
Hey, is
Valor
my
form
voice
right
better
now.
now? It's nice and soft.
No, okay,
and
you know what?
soothing And incredibly sexy
I will
as
be ending
always.
the stream relatively soon, but what I'm gonna do for the remainder of the stream is get Valor form up as much as I can for now. Okay.
And that's
Why
why
don't you just do that stuff off screen though?
Village. In the cave.
I mean, I could, yes, but...
They don't really need to. I don't think
there'll be certain things going on that people already know.
I mean, unless if they want you to show off all the grinding, but I mean, honestly, man, I would just do that. If you want to do that, just get it out of the way. Don't show it on stream because then you just
wasting time.
You would make several streams just.
But dude, this is gonna be this is a level 1 critical attempt, and I'm gonna be like stuck at a lot of barriers. So regardless of whether I do this or not, I'd be wasting time anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I absolutely don't like about the drive forms in Kingdom Hearts 2 is that they take so long to recover.
For the drive gauge.
Yeah, the drive gauge. I mean, there are ways to speed that up, but at the beginning of the game, you don't really have that kind of, like, you don't have that kind of luxury.
Yeah, you're right with that. Yeah, I haven't played the game in a while though.
Let's see. Okay, so I just need 38 more hits and then I'll be to the next level. I think for now, all I can do is get Valor Form to level 3, and then it just stops. In order to get more levels, you have to get more drive forms. And since there are 5 in the game, that means that, yeah, you can't unlock them until you get after certain points in the game.
Yes. Right. Although the funny thing is, you get the freaking limit form before. Yeah.
Limit form.
Oh, limit. I heard limit. I was like, are you talking about a Pokemon?
I'm sorry. What?
I don't know.
Did I say? Let's talk about Pokemon. No,
Pokemon is awesome. What are you talking about? We need to go down.
Oh, Pokemon is fun.
I didn't say that.
But I stopped playing Pokemon games after they
How dare you hurt me? I'm just kidding.
And
I'm just joking. Actually, talking about Pokemon for a moment, I actually got back into Pokemon Go.
Well, I mean, I still play Pokemon Go from time to time. I don't make it a priority.
They just added in Gen 4 like 2 days ago.
Well, I checked the game a few days ago. It didn't have Gen 4.
Well, I mean, like, I'm just saying that they just they just added it like
Hey,
like
not bad.
Tuesday night they added it in.
Well, Gen 4 is one of my favorite generations, so I think I might pick the game up again just for a little bit.
But, you know what? I'll say this. I probably have already said this before, but the only time I'll ever buy another Pokemon game again, and I'm talking, and that's not because I don't like what they're making now, but just because it's on a Nintendo Switch now, and then I would have to buy a whole other console. The only ever reason I would ever buy another Pokemon game or buy another Nintendo console just for Pokemon game was if they were remaking or doing something with Generation 5 specifically. Black and White 2. Which probably may or may not happen because I'm not entirely sure. But even still, I mean, that's the only way I would do it because it's my favorite generation, and unless if they were doing something with that, I'm not gonna bother because, especially with Sun and Moon, didn't really leave me in a good spot with the series to begin with. I thought it was just
Or Donald. Man, I'm only using Donald because I need him to heal me.
No, you're only using him because he's BB. You know what BB means? Bottom dish.
Oh. Well,
that's a little too
I don't
far.
think I want that in my life. I don't think I want
Well, you're
Donald
using him for that, aren't you? You're using him for those.
I don't recall Donald being freaking baby. What the hell?
No, he's my bottom dish.
Okay, so
that
look,
throws me money.
the reason why I'm back here at Hollow Bastion / Radiant Garden is because I want to earn money and I still want to I still want to get my drive form up. And when you're in like Land of Dragons at the beginning of the game, I
still want to die inside.
said iDubbbz.
Wait, What?
Oh my gosh. Dude, just look them up. I'm not explaining that one to you. That meme is obvious.
It's a meme. It's a meme. It's a meme.
Okay.
I'll keep up with the memes. But you know, for me, it's not that I don't think Sun and Moon was a bad
Auto Valor
game.
has been unlocked. Nice.
I think I may have gotten to a point, and I don't think I would ever get to this point, but I think after just Gen 6, the moment I saw some of these Gen 7 Pokemon, like Pokemon Sun and Moon, some of these guys, I'm like, this isn't a Pokemon anymore. It's just a bunch of shapes. What the hell are you doing? Like, this isn't a Pokemon.
Well, I'll admit they're creative, but their department in creativity is kind of going down.
Yeah, like, I'm like, what the frick is that? I don't even remember the name of it, just because of how forgettable it was, but the design was so astronomically weird to me. I don't know, it probably was an Ultra Beast, and I hate Ultra Beast in Sun and Moon just because of just how stupid they look. I mean, this is a guy that likes ice cream cone Pokemon and the trash Pokemon from Generation 5 because at least they're unique and they look like a Pokemon. They look like a freaking Pokemon. But at least with the Ultra Beast... I like
Totodile. Oh, yeah, I like Totodile too.
Yeah, Totodile's alright. Yeah, that's a Pokemon. You know what isn't a Pokemon? This freaking... it was basically
this pile
the
of
size
wires,
of a
that's
building.
not a Pokemon.
it was a...
You know what else is a Pokemon? A muscular bug.
Sorry, what?
No.
It's
Hey, you know what's a Pokemon? Cosplay Pikachu's a Pokemon.
You know what else is a Pokemon? Spooderman's a Pokemon.
Spooderman?
Spooderman,
yo, if Spooderman ever gets in the game, Little Pig needs to listen. That'd be fantastic. I would pay money to play that game. Yeah. Spooderman. You would play as Spooderman. That'd be great.
No wait, you know what? They should have added that suit as DLC in Spider-Man. Make a Spooderman outfit. Can you imagine that?
Staring at the face.
Could you look Mary Jane in the eyes and not have a smile on your face when you see that?
No, it's probably just the Mary Jane from the really horribly pixelized Mary Jane from the PS1 game.
Isn't? Oh, I don't know what that's like.
What?
What?
Wow. Wow.
Hold on.
What?
There's some plot going on here.
I think he broke down. Oh no!
What the fuck?
Blue?
Sorry. What?
I'm sorry that our language tonight is so profane, but like, come on, this is Kingdom Hearts 1. This is Kingdom Hearts level 1 critical mode. So I've kind of lost a little bit of patience.
I see that. I totally wasn't laughing there before I joined. Isn't Rage the greatest?
No.
I can't believe what I'm watching right now.
What are you watching?
I don't even...
He's watching the worst sex scene possible.
What? Ew.
I'm joking.
Locane, did I also not... Did you also not hear that I have rules in the stream now, and that you should read them?
I let him know. Don't worry. So that's the only joke that is beyond PG-13.
No, I don't care about keeping the streams PG-13. I care about keeping...
You're dead, son.
I care about keeping a reputation.
No, you're dead, Sam. You're freaking dead.
In hindsight, this was a really bad idea.
It was.
Ugh, man.
Nah, if only we can transfer Sonic and Lucy Sonic Generations on here.
But you know one feature that I hope that Kingdom Hearts 3 has? Avatars.
You just made my day, little king.
I want an avatar for my PS4 of like Sora or Roxas or like Aqua. Because none of the Kingdom Hearts games have PSN avatars that you can download. None whatsoever. They have avatars for Final Fantasy. They don't have them for Kingdom Hearts.
It's not so much Sony's fault, it's just whenever... It's Square Enix. Square Enix has to go out of their way to make an avatar for the...
Alright. Status. I need to get 150 more hits. Shouldn't be that bad.
You know, I would have said the same thing in a way about, like, you know, Sly Cooper. I mean, even though Sly has his own avatar, it's like generic. Yeah, it's older.
They ripped it exactly straight from Sly 3.
From that Bentleys and Murrays and whatever. I mean, you know, it's nice that it's there. I like the Ratchet and Clank ones, but I feel like they should have they should make another. I mean, it's not that big of a deal anyway. It's just cosmetic. At the end of the day, I mean, you can change your avatar to whatever you want it to be, with like profile pictures and stuff like that.
Yes, I have a Camaro right now.
You have a Camaro?
It's a Chimera.
Chimera. The frick's a Chimera?
You've never heard of a Chimera?
You mean a Shimra?
It's from a different game now. I don't remember what it's called. Video?
It's your boy, Camera.
It's your boy, Camera. Camera, man.
Cameraman Jeff.
It's your boy, Pepsi Man!
No, it's your boy, Fruitcake! I'm bringing that thing back.
Please don't.
Pepsi Man!
Please don't.
It's your boy, Fruitcake. I'm sorry, it's your boy, Cake Fruit. Yeah.
Cake Fruit.
That's his name.
It's your boy, Little Kane. What does he do? He makes memes and makes
It's your boy, Kane Little.
It's your boy, Kanye West.
Oh, no, get out of here, sir. Get out of here. You're not invited to my streams.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
No, not this time.
His commentary is really turned south fast.
Hold on. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish until you die.
It's your boy, Chicken Little. Says Phil.
Oh, I didn't expect him to come back.
It's your boy, worst Pixar movie ever made.
It's your boy, Low Gross.
You know what? I thought Chicken Little was really good as a kid, but then I watched it again.
Yeah, me too. Like, I liked it when I was a kid,
really
but then
bad.
I realized that it was... And actually, is Little Chicken Little even a Pixar movie?
Yeah, it is.
I thought it was just a Disney movie.
No. Pixar made that one specifically.
Honestly, like, I like Chicken Little more in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Chicken more? Yeah, I like chicken.
I like more chicken. I like Chicken Little more in Kingdom Hearts 2 than I do in his actual movie. And that's because that Chicken Little's only a summon, and he's not actually, like, a character to talk to in the game.
You know, I actually, speaking of, you know, Kingdom Hearts worlds, there's supposed to be like over 10 worlds, 10, 11 worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3, and yet all of them are still not now. We only know like 6 more.
Actually, Bleak, I read that all of the Kingdom Hearts 3 worlds are supposed to be revealed before the game comes out. So even the final world is going to be revealed.
Man, why would they do that though?
I don't know. This is what I mean. That remember when I told you that Square is revealing a little too much? Yeah, it's that.
See, you know, that was my major problem with, you know, loading screens aside, my biggest issue with Sly 4 was that they showed off so much of the game that there was very little to be seen yourself. Like, almost all of the slide costumes that you could wear were already spoiled for you if you watched any advertisements.
Yeah.
But almost all of the villains were spoiled, aside from a few, two of them, meaning the Grizz and Toothpick, were spoiled in the advertisement.
So, hold on. So there's nothing wrong with like seeing promotional stuff and like trailers and stuff for a game, but what I have a problem with is that when that game company shows just too much. Is that when like, yeah, you want to have a trailer for the game, you want to watch it, but you don't want to have like 15 minutes of like cutscenes. You don't want that. You want to have some stuff. You want to have some stuff left so that you can see it for yourself.
Smash Ultimate.
And quite frankly, like every single time I see a brand new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, like my emotions always just get tied up in a knot all over again, and then like then like I realize, okay, there's just too many darn trailers to this game. Cause like, okay, I think out of total there might be maybe even 8 or 9 trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3 alone.
10.
10? Is it 10?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and that's including every trailer since 2013. There are 10 trailers for Kingdom Hearts 3. And it's just like, when are you gonna release the game and stop showing us stuff?
I
mean, it's coming out in January, but like, I heard that Square's gonna be, like, they're gonna be advertising this game like crazy. So
I'm not gonna be watching and stuff. So
what this means is that they're just gonna reveal so much. In fact, Blue, you know that well, okay, I know you don't care much for Kingdom Hearts, but what I gotta say is that throughout the trailers of this year and 2017, they pretty much showed us every member in Organization 13 that's gonna be in Kingdom Hearts 3, all except for one. And yes, I counted. They showed us 12 of the 13 members for Organization 13. Like, why would they do that? It's not even a surprise.
Is Roxas gonna be one of them,
It's not even a surprise anymore. Like, stop showing us stuff and just let us wait for the game.
But what if we don't want to?
that's a good question.
But that's some things. Okay, look, I like Square for Kingdom Hearts, but they're terrible. They're terrible at advertising. I mean, I like their trailers. Don't get me wrong; they're good, but they just show too much. Just too much.
Hey.
They don't let us catch a break, and they don't let us breathe.
I'm pretty sure all three of us are looking forward to the next game they're about to talk about. Smash.
I could care less about Smash.
Smash Ultimate, dude, is not as upsetting as it is for me to say this, because Nintendo decided to put it only on the Switch and not on the 3DS. Will not be purchasing it, and I can kiss it goodbye. That happened. As upsetting as it is to me, because I have played every single Smash game known to man, and I love that series as much as the next guy, but in all honesty, it's not. I'm not buying it. I really wish I could.
I mean, I'm sure that one of my friends
on another game console.
One of my friends, he owns a Nintendo Switch. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get that game, and if he does, then maybe I'll play with him. But for me, like owning the Nintendo Switch and playing Smash Bros, that's a nope. Because as many of you guys know, I'm a college student, and I have to devote a lot of my money to my education. So, I'm broke. unless I put money aside for, like, recreation, which I do in the form of games. But I can't just go out and buy another console and another list of games. It's not like that kind of life for a college student's life. I can't have that. I was lucky that I got the PS4 when I did in 2016. There was a sale on Black Friday, and it was $250, and I had money to spare. If I had been purchasing the PS4 at launch, not only would I have been in high school, but I also wouldn't even have had the money to do so. So I'm lucky that I got the PS4 when I did, and when I had the funds to do it, and the fact that it was on sale. Ugh. So, like, with a Nintendo Switch, I just don't have the funds to devote that kind of stuff to. Because, like, the rate at which I spend money is just barely less than how much money I get. So sorry guys, I won't be playing Smash Bros. I don't own any of the Smash Bros games. I could get like Smash Bros for the Wii, but there's no point in getting that because the online servers have been down for that thing for years.
No, you could, I mean, that's not the point really about Smash Brothers. I don't even play Smash online. Nintendo games I'm a whole lot less about playing online. It's either I play it myself or I play it locally with friends because that's the best way to play a Nintendo game in my opinion. I don't think.
Also, speaking of Smash Bros games, look Kane, I'm kind of sad that you aren't joining me and Osam on All-Stars. Servers are going down in just a few days, dude.
I haven't been able to.
Well, I hate to say it, dude, but there's only a few days left.
And I only have certain issues going on that I cannot resolve here.
I understand, but the servers are going down at midnight on the 24th, dude. That's only 5 days. Me and Osam have been playing together for quite some time.
To join?
What?
I can't, because freaking my PlayStation is just unable to be used right now because of certain things.
Oh.
Right? It's not broken. No, it's not broken. I just can't use it. Alright, it's put away, stored, collecting dust. That's it.
I feel sorry for you, my dude. But wait, don't you have a PS Vita too?
No.
I thought you did. Oh no, wait, no, that was Osam that had the Vita.
You know, it may be my last chance to get the platinum to the game.
Well, I thought you did, the Vita version.
Nope, not yet. See, I get the... I have a lot of games that I just want to play, and so when I get stuck, I'll get on one game, and then I get tired of it for a little bit, so I play something else, and then I'll play another thing, and then I get tired of that, and I'll play another thing, and I get tired of that. It's like... That's why I haven't finished it. I mean, all I need to do is just play the online, like play a friendly online match locally with somebody, and then like do all the online 2v2 trophies, stuff like that. So.
All right. Valor Form is maxed out as of now. That only took maybe 15 minutes. Ugh. But what's unfortunate is that not only will the online servers to All-Stars be down, but you can no longer be in private parties with your friends.
Oh.
Nope. So, if you want to play the game, you either play the arcade mode, which who even does that anymore? And second, you could play with your friends or through like local multiplayer, like on the LAN. But honestly, I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss the game. It's not a perfect game. It's far from a perfect game. But I enjoyed it for what it was. I did.
It's fun.
It was very much fun. I enjoyed it when I played it, but unfortunately that experience was just tarnished by a bunch of people that were just toxic in the community. So...
Well, it's not so much... It's not even so much... See...
Oh, right. It's the abilities unlocked.
It's not even so much the toxic people's fault. At the end of the day, it is part of it, but it's really Blue Point's fault that the game was so unbalanced and had so many issues at the end of the day because they didn't bother to fix it. They made the game what it is, so if you're just given toxic players, more firepower than they need already, because they're just how stupidly broken the game can be.
It's ridiculous.
Like, you know, people say, like,
heartless.
some people like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart ends friendships, but man, even the most dickish Smash Brothers characters that have ever graced the frickin' TV screen have nowhere near as been disgusting as a Kratos spammer or someone who just spams. Because, you know, the reason that PlayStation All-Stars is just outclassed by so many other fighting games despite its charm is the one thing that you want a fighting game more than anything else is balance. Because if there is no balance, then you can just select a character and beat everybody. It's not fair.
No, don't kill me.
It's not. Like, no. I don't care if Blue Point created Kratos. It doesn't matter if it's your flagship character.
Who made Kratos.
I mean, even still, it doesn't matter if he's your flagship character. You don't make him overpowered just because of that, and you don't make him overpowered based on what he is. You have to make every character in a fighting game balanced towards each other. That's the only way you have a successful fighting game. Obviously, you need good game mechanics. You need, you know, interesting. Like there's a lot of good things going for PlayStation All-Stars, but just that one, you know, the stage variety is amazing. The character selection, while it may be small, is, you know, for the most part diverse. You know, the PlayStation universe is crossing over in the fights. I thought that was pretty done that at this point. And I thought mechanic, while it may be flawed in its own way, but could have been done better, was good. And, you know, while the arcade mode may be trash, and
well, honestly,
the
story mode to any fighter game, as far as I know, isn't always that great.
Well, a fighting game isn't. A fighting game is purely supposed to be about gameplay. Exactly. It's not about the story.
But
the story,
like All-Stars was especially trash.
Yeah, like that's because, you know. Okay, let me just give you a few examples here. Street Fighter 4. All of the characters in the arcade mode only have a specific goal. They accomplish that goal, and that's it. You know, yeah. Sonic the Fighters, Sonic beats all the Chaos Emeralds to stop Eggman. That's it. Then you got, you know, frickin', you know, Smash Brothers. Even the Smash Brothers Brawl. The Subspace Estimary. Each character they're teaming up to stop a big bad guy, and that's it. That's it. You know, at the end of the day, it's supposed to be. It's not something. It's just more of an excuse to have. Like the story in a fighting game is just not something you pay attention to. It's just something to give a character reason to do something. Give a character the reason to fight these people. But half the people in these in all of PlayStation All-Stars, period, aside from Evil Cole, aside from Nathan Drake, actually, don't count him out there. Like, aside from a few of the characters, like Raiden, Evil Cole, Good Cole, and, heck, even, the Hell, what's his name? The Hellgas dude. Radek, there we go. And Sweet Tooth, aside from those characters, everybody else had no reason to fight the other person. Or, when they did fight them, it was for the dumbest reasons ever. Like, come on, man. You really gonna make Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter fight just because Daxter's like, fuck this metalhead looking shrimp? And then the whole reason Princess is fighting Evil Cole is like, I want your cake. It's like, really?
What cake? I don't
Nathan Drake fights Sly Cooper over the dumbest reason, saying, "Oh, you don't think I know what I'm talking about? I'll show you what I know what I'm talking about."
Now that I think about that, isn't cake another slang word for booty?
No, well, yeah, it is. It is in the hood, but it's not. That's not what that means. She means that literally, like cake. You know?
I know, but I just want to make like, what kind of cake does Evil Cole have other than a booty? Exactly.
You guys concern me. You concern me a lot. That laugh. I'm just mad psycho now. You hear that? You hear the frickin' sarcasm from this man? You see?
Okay, enough you. Ooh, you went really quiet real fast.
To me?
Yeah, you did.
I'm focused. I'm paying attention to the story. Andromeda's got a pretty good story.
I heard that the facial recognition in the mocap for Andromeda was a little jank.
Yeah, it is a little jank. I'll give you that. But to be honest, it's their first attempt at it actually, compared to the because the other Mass Effect games had it
Yeah, I gotta be careful.
like were just digitally edited. You know, it wasn't like a mocap or anything. So it was their first go. I didn't know that until I just was wondering why the heck is the map.
Hire freaking rookie animators for that.
I hate these Heartless. They are so annoying.
Yeah, why do they gotta be so heartless? I mean, come on, guys. I don't love.
Ha, you're
They
dead.
are so annoying.
I know, right?
You don't even know
We're
what
all
I'm going
thirsty. James, like, shut the frick up, man.
Oh, crap! Okay,
Blue, if you don't shut up,
okay,
I'm gonna
I'm
beat
good.
your baby.
We're good. We're good. We are still in this.
Yeah, what happened to her Smite days?
I don't
Like,
know, I had Smite
Yeah,
installed
I remember-
that game. I never.
I
played
just
that
stopped playing Smite for like a second because I was playing Defiance, and then I hopped off Defiance and then to play Smite, but none of you guys would show
My
up on
gosh!
Smite every time I would play.
Oh my gosh! It's
And then Spyro
oh!
would play like Smite every once in a blue
Spyro's still
moon.
playing it.
No, I know that.
This mission.
But I see him.
I really don't know what happened to Smitty.
I don't know what
Rage
happened to
is
Smitty,
starting
I
to
don't know
get
what
to
happened
me.
To
Whatever happened
Z
to him?
Gamer.
He disappeared.
what does it say his last time online? I haven't seen him in days.
Let me find him. Remember, he's called Little Steve. I guess he was on 2 days ago.
The problem
On
with
what?
these Heartless is that you can't really like account for all points of predictability. Is that?
You know
is that
why that
you've got
is?
3 of these Heartless right here, and they're up in your face, and they love to just keep smacking.
No, they don't
you.
love. Remember, they don't have a heart.
Oh, sorry. Gosh dang it! I love it, or no, I hate it when you prove my point.
You see, and yet you're the
Eco, are you a heartless now? You don't love?
I guess I am. Wait, wouldn't that make me a
You're
nobody
the
too?
one that knows Kingdom Hearts like the back of your hand. But then this man
But,
here, who has
gee.
no knowledge of it, proves you wrong in some of the weirdest theories possible. You see what's wrong there?
There's much
Hey,
wrong there.
Eco.
A guy that knows nothing.
Hey, Eco.
What?
You know why you can't tell all these heartless are doing all these random things to kill you? Because they don't have a heart. That's why. You can't detect their feelings.
Okay.
Dude, imagine playing LA Noire with a heart, like while interrogating a heartless. Like, how would you know the answer to that?
That's me.
They have no emotion, they can't say shit. How do you know whether to doubt, lie, or truth?
You know, nobody's allowed to have either.
Are
By
you talking
dream drop
about-
distance, that's actually false.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because most of them left their hearts back. Huh?
Because you forgot the dream realm
And they
exists.
returned again.
Dude, they became nobodies. They were nobodies, and then they became the hearted.
Sure.
Never nobody.
Anybody remember the horn honk from LA Noire? Well, Blue would.
The horn honk?
Yeah, I guess to your vehicle. Did you ever do that?
Alright.
Alright. Well,
Oh! Honk on the oh, yeah, I think I don't even remember doing that.
It's been so long, you kind of just forgot what it was like.
No, I remember everything in the game. I remember a few specific moments that were funny as crap. Or remember when I was stalking a guy with my car, and then I wondered if the siren would deter his attention, and the moment I turned it on, it said, it's like,
okay. The horn honk when following that guy. What guy?
Yeah, he's talking about the thing that I'm talking about.
Oh.
You don't let me talk.
Hey, Eco, remember when I slammed into the guy that had the boss?
Oh, little
And then the moment I
guys,
shot him, he skyrocketed in the air.
Don't yell, please.
Let me talk. Alright.
If you yell again, I will kick you from the party. I'm sorry.
I'm sad now.
Hey,
Say what
Eco,
you want to say.
remember-
Okay. Blue, if you say another word, I'm gonna slap you right now.
Hey, Eco.
Blue, you're just
My brother
adding
said
oil
what
to
at
the
same
flame.
time.
Oh my freaking goodness. I'm trying to talk to you.
All I was gonna say was that, do you remember that time when I slammed into the guy with the bus and then I shot him and he flew 16 feet in the air?
Yeah. Actually, what little I do remember for your LA Noire playthrough, I do remember that.
That was funny as shit. I've never seen that.
Didn't like the bus crash and then like he
crashed.
he just shot up into the air.
And he landed on top of the...
I remember that.
It was freaking great.
Oh man.
What were you gonna say, Little Kane?
I
Salty
cannot
Kane?
believe like how
I was, you know, instead of saying what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna show you what I'm gonna do.
I cannot believe how
This is
like,
how we do.
I can't believe I haven't lost my cool
I'm
yet.
waving
I mean, like,
for a reason. Guess why?
yeah, like this is rage-inducing, and I did kind of get angry at a few moments.
And he did get a
but
rage
I'm
boner.
actually getting used to it. Oh. What? Oh, the image he showed you?
Don't even... No, Eco, you didn't hear what I said, did you?
What you? I'm sorry.
I'm not even gonna bring it up. You'd have to watch it on playback. That was so perfectly
Blue.
timed.
Dude, I was lost in all that. I didn't hear anything you said. Come on. Don't leave me out of it.
Alright, while you were talking, it was like, this may be rage-inducing, and and then I said, and you got a rage boner, and then at the end of it you said, well, but I'm getting used to it.
Oh, Ew. Gross. This is our commentary, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
He's got a harder rage boner than Johnny did after Elliot messed up so many times in Super Mario Brothers.
It's better than Eco Raptor's rage.
Well, I'm at least glad that the morale gauge does not go down when I'm waiting.
Anyways, boys, I'm gonna disappear for now. I'm not gonna get
You
off.
haven't seen the picture. Why don't you send it to me? I don't. You said you're going to show me something, boy. Brother, fuck.
What? Oh, can't block. Okay. Whew, thank goodness.
There's so many sound effects just then.
Yeah, no.
Boop.
Ow, ow, ow.
That's another one.
Hate this Heartless.
Making my way downtown.
Oh, woo, that actually helped. Thanks. Sweet.
Cora, do you have something for me, dear?
Alright, Donald's up and about. But when is his magic gonna replenish? I kinda need to know.
But it was, I mean, dude, I got a Andromeda like the game of the. I don't think it was the game of the year edition, but it was the collector's edition. I got that for like $7 on the PS Store.
Stop.
Like all the deal.
Stop.
It's freaking great.
This is so hard. Don't take that out of context.
Also the. Hey man, I thought you said you're getting used to that rage bone.
Oh, you're a jerk. You know that. You're
I'm not a jerk. You're the one who said it.
Okay, I kind of expect our commentary to be this vulgar because I'm playing Kingdom Hearts level 1 critical.
And it's because it's eco-freak.
Yeah, but I've been trying to improve my language over the past few months, and now it's kind of like,
You're not doing a good job at that
I
now,
didn't
are
do a
you?
good job of that, did I?
Hey, I guess that's a side effect of the rage boner.
Sometimes rage just can't be helped. What? It can't. Blue, I know what you're thinking. Blue, get that out of your head. Get that out of your head, my good dude.
It's shrinking.
Ew. That's just gross. Okay, I'm starting to get used to this. Okay. Blue! You know, I'm just gonna shut up. I'm shutting up now.
I'm sorry. You should have shot that.
I'm shutting up now.
See, the thing is, I can't see the footage right now because I turned my phone off to charge. So everything I'm hearing is completely out of context.
I might just even watch this stream back on replay just to hear how stupid our commentary is. Nope. Oh, magic does not hurt these guys at all. Oh, that's not good. Die! There we go. One. Okay. Last guy. Is this the last guy? Please tell me this is the last Heartless. This has to be the last Heartless. Sorry, it's just I'm really focusing right now, and I am so nervous to even approach this guy. I'm so nervous. I'm not even getting close to this guy. Not until I know that I'm safe. Okay, come on, one more, please. Yes! 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 Oh, those missions, that second mission was so hard. Oh. Blue.
So,
You know these kinds of jokes are just gonna keep coming, you know? And yes, I paraphrased it just like that, just for you. I'm saving. I'm
Come
sorry.
on, you can't ignore this isn't funny right now.
This is hilarious.
Actually, wait. I forgot I had a share button. Wait a minute.
This commentary is so vulgar and so dumb.
But it's so amazing.
Oh man, I cannot believe I've made it this far into the game.
Say, amazingly awful.
Or awfully amazing.
Or that too.
Ugh. I cannot believe that I've already managed to get this far into the game. And dude,
actually, you know
I'm
what?
not even. I'm nowhere near halfway through this game. Nowhere near. In terms of starting the game, this is pretty much the beginning.
The beginning of the end.
Hey, that's gonna be the name of my my first Kingdom Hearts 3 stream. That is, if I can stream it. Probably not. I still have yet to know if the block cutscenes transition on Twitch as well, because if they don't, then I might be interested in streaming it on Twitch instead.
Okay. Do you know how I said that Mass Effect Andromeda specific. I mean, it has in the other games, but not my point.
And I'm dead. Hello?
Oh shoot. My microphone cut out. I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What I was saying is that it has traits from like the Infamous series as well as the Telltale games, like a good mix of those when it comes to decision making and how choices work. But like there's certain characters that you could romance and interact with and such like that. Well, you don't have to go out of your way to do them if you don't want to, but there's a specific character in the game that I'm trying to, like, okay, I hate this trophy, but I really want to complete this game because I really like it, and it's called Matchmaker, and you need to at least romance 3 characters in the story regardless of how many playthroughs you do, and that means, like, completing the whole line or whatever, and you could potentially do 3 in 1 playthrough, so I'm having to do this very specific path. But this person, the thing how the romancing works, depending on what choices you make, obviously early in the game and everything like that. But the problem is that the only way, if you don't have any option to romance or flirt or do their loyalty mission or whatever for them, you just have to continue to progress the main story, but that's not always the same case, because sometimes it'll give you those options when you're doing a side mission.
This part's
so I can't tell you, like, despite how many other trophies have I ever collected.
Just like that, I'm dead. Ugh.
Just like that? Just like that. That's a meme. It's a song, actually.
Yeah, it is. The rant's been going on for 3 hours now. Yes, it has. I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon.
What rant?
I don't know.
What?
Kingdom Hearts rant, I guess.
But we weren't talking about Kingdom. I wasn't even. Wait, is he talking about Jak and Daxter?
I don't know. You
I
two
don't
crazy
get it. We
JK.
haven't spoken about Jak and Daxter in the last 45 minutes. I don't think.
Oh no! 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 No!
Oh, we've been talking
don't kill
about
me!
his
Don't kill
rage
me!
battles.
No! Don't kill me! Get me out! I'm dead.
I mean, the only thing we've talked about recently are rage boners
And innuendos.
Eco dying, and
Well, because apparently Blue's taking everything I'm saying and turning it into an innuendo.
Hey, aren't you? Dang it! I just ruined the joke.
I really wish I had another Keyblade. I can't get another Keyblade until... Well, okay, I can equip the Star Seeker Keyblade as soon as I get my next Keyblade. Because in order for you to... And I'm dead again. In order for you to equip the Star Seeker Keyblade on Sora, you need to have another. Well, you need to have a third Keyblade that's available, because at all times Valor Form needs to have a default Keyblade already equipped. So since you started the game out with Kingdom Key, you can't really swap between the Keyblades until you have a third one. Ugh. So essentially, you can kind of think that the Star Seeker Keyblade on Valor Form is pretty much locked until you have another Keyblade you can swap out. Which I find dumb, because I could just swap it up with Kingdom Key, can't I? Nope. You gotta wait for a third Keyblade.
I may be the only guy who thinks this.
What?
But despite how crappy the Pokemon Black and White TV show season,
It was bad.
it was bad, but I loved the main theme. The special intro song that they made for the
And I'm dead
for the show.
again! That's like, what? That's the 4th time I've died in the last 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, it is you after all.
Lou, what are you trying to say?
I'm not saying
What,
anything.
you don't think you don't think I've got the balls to finish this game, huh?
No, I'm sure you got the balls.
Oh.
But...
In other words, no. And I'm dead. I'm
No,
dead.
no,
I'm
no.
dead again. Gosh dang it,
Do I
man.
need to say anymore?
No. You've already proved your point.
No, that's not what I'm saying though, is that like, it's just like, regardless of what game you play, you seem to find dying is always seems to be right around
Dying
the
is a
corner.
default.
I mean, dude, you are Wonky Dick in a nutshell when it comes to dying. It's like...
That's
like,
6 times now.
I mean, dude, you're like... See, there's the right way, and then there's the wrong way.
And then there's the eco-freak way, but that's more death.
And then there's the eco-freak way, which is the wrong way, but you die and waste 30 more minutes than you normally would.
You waste 3 hours of your playthrough.
And $20.
Yeah. Well, hey, actually, the remix was actually pretty worth it. 4 games, 2 movies, not bad. $50.
Oh,
actually
no,
justified.
I wasn't referring to Kingdom Hearts.
Oh. And what I spend the $20 on?
Slenderman.
And I'm dead again!
Give me $20, give me $20.
Give me $20.
Life in the
Okay, if you
hood,
guys
give
don't
me
know what we're talking
$20.
about, there's a game mode in the game called Slender, where it takes place at daytime, and every time you see him, it plays the song "Give Me $20."
You know what? Maybe it's because of these horror movie characters or whatever, but it seems like almost every I mean, I've pretty much grown out of the whole shower thing, where like when you hear a strange noise, you kick around the shower just to make sure nobody's waiting to kill you.
Yeah.
From Psycho. But like, it seems like every time, I almost never go out in the dark by myself, because it always feels like somebody's watching me, like Michael Myers or like Slenderman is just gonna come up behind me.
This is why I primarily don't like horror stories.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't like it at all, period. It's just that you really couldn't, when it came, I mean, I like Michael Myers just because I think, you know, I mean, he has a good movie and he's like, I like playing as in a Dead by Daylight and all that kind of stuff like that because I can't
believe I actually said that.
I mean, I like Michael Myers just because I like the character. But when it comes to like Slenderman, there is no way I could escape Slenderman just because of the fact that he was flipping everywhere. Back when he came out, like, he was everywhere. Games were being made about him at least every freaking day.
And everyone talked about him on Facebook. Oh, and do you also remember that that event that happened with those 2 girls? Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible.
That was awful. I can't believe a video game would. Well, no, I can't believe someone would believe a video game could do that to someone.
Well, a video game didn't do that to somebody.
I know. No, I said I can't believe someone would believe that a video game could do that. In other words, they didn't, but they thought it. Why don't you Why don't you E-Drive? Because in order for me to use drive forms in this game, I need specific characters. In order to use Valor form, I need Goofy in the party, but I also need Donald to heal me in case I'm low on health.
Hey, Nico. You know, despite what happened to that girl, and luckily she's still alive. And I hope those 2 girls don't get off without bail, with any bail whatsoever because of what they did. Because that action, regardless of the action, is irredeemable. But it's the problem that I had the most with is that this whole situation, despite how bad it is, it only adds more fuel to the fire of people saying that video games causes you to kill people.
Yep.
And I'm like, it has no... I mean, dude, I walked into my... I mean, this is a... I mean, obviously these are a bunch of grumpy older, elderly people that have no idea what they're talking about.
Also
so I go inside the break
parents.
room to clock in. To when I go to Publix, I go in and clock in, and then I have to wait till the exact time my shift starts. So I'm sitting there waiting. But that was the one time I actually left earlier than what I was supposed to, because they immediately started with, well, you see all these kids who go out there and kill people, school shootings. They live in a mother's basement. They play Call of Duty, or they play some shooter game or something. Or they play video games all their life, and then they go out and kill people. It's like all the same every time. And I'm like, I freaking left the room after that. I wasn't gonna deal with it. I was like, shut up. I don't care.
Okay. I'm still good. I'm here. I'm still in the
Just
fight.
because, I mean, you could blame that on anything, and it's not fair. It's not fair to blame it on people. That's not their fault. It's not their fault that a lot of people play video games, That's like saying, and you know what? I betcha, they don't say that about movies. They don't say movies are killing people or anything like that. But I betcha almost every one of those people who have killed another person who have somehow are related to video games have also watched a movie, so I don't see how movies aren't involved here now, aren't they? So, what, you're just gonna accuse every movie director that they're murdering children?
That hardly heals me at all, man. Yep. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Hey, Ego. What if, you got downed, and then, in the game, and then suddenly out of nowhere, a frickin' Dragonite comes out of nowhere and gives you a max revive.
No, the guy with the 3 Dragonites.
Oh, yeah, no, it's Lance.
Yeah, I know.
Lance gives you the... Lance goes, hey, it kind of reminds me of, one of my favorite things about Grand Theft Auto 5 Online is that if the very first time that you die, you're given a dream sequence that you only see once and you can only ever look it up online to see it again. But it's the Epsilon dude, which is basically this cult dude who believes he's Jesus.
I'm just going straight for the objective. I'm gonna pick up those items.
And it's really freaking weird, but when you die, this dude, you just see a bunch of clouds and this dude comes down with like angels or whatever. He said, I will give you a gift of eternal life. You may never die, and trust me, there is no better pleasure in being able to take a bullet. Trust me, I've slept with a lot of them.
Unpleasant. And I'm dead.
And then he floats away, and then your character just wakes up like nothing happened. It's funny. I thought that was freaking hilarious when I saw it for the first time. I had no idea what was going on. I thought I took too many drugs. My character took too many drugs that day. I was like, what the hell?
Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna wait for Cyclone. There we go.
Yeah, the only time I'll ever drink...
Well, look, there's a difference
Alcohol.
between having... There's a difference between drinking and just having a beer. There is a difference.
Oh no,
my
that's
friend.
Well, no, I think what you're trying to say is there's a difference between having one occasionally and then drinking every freaking day of the week.
No. I mean, there's a huge difference between just having one beer and then like drinking. Drinking means that you're over excessive in just the span of just maybe a few hours.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, that, like... Ooh.
Gotta go, guys. See you next time. Okay, bye, Phil. Take care. Oh, managed to do it! Can't believe I did it. You were saying?
No, I mean, it's basically just said the same dang thing. It's just different, worded a different way. I thought all these games that I haven't touched kills in yet. I probably should do that at some point.
Maybe I should swap out with Goofy, because I'm gonna be starting out in. Okay, yeah. Let's try Goofy.
Oh, BT dubs. The Andromeda's multiplayer is all co-op.
Hey.
All co-op. No competitive. And it's basically, it's basically co-op Uncharted 3 survival, and it's awesome. It's like you and 4 people, and each characters have their own abilities and everything like that. That you can unlock and everything. You can get better weapons and such, just like Uncharted 3, except for this is like all co-op. And it's 7 rounds. Some you're hacking into the system, like it's like you're surviving for 2 rounds, and then you're capturing points like with siege. Except for there's 3 different siege spots you have to go to. And capture them, and then like after 2 rounds of that, it's survival, then hack into the system to land a helipad, and then the final wave is just evacuating. And it's really addicting and fun. Oh, one little thing that I really like that this game does, and I don't know if any other game I've ever played has. But there are several trophies in the game that you don't have to go through the story mode to get. There are some that says like...
I'll worry about getting the items when I come back. Okay.
Yep, like reach level 25 in single player mode, or level 15 in multiplayer mode, or create 6 strike teams, or earn 25 assist medals in multiplayer mode. And my favorite one is this one, which I'm never going to do in single player, regardless of what anybody tells me to do, because it's freaking insanity. It's a gold trophy that either tells you beat the game, unwavering, complete an insanity difficulty single player story, or get 5 gold multiplayer extractions from in Firebase. Basically meaning that either win 5 times on a gold tier difficulty and co-op, or complete the game on insanity. Which, fuck insanity. Okay, how you look at it, man. If I was given the option to, it's basically this: either complete Uncharted 4 on Crushing, or complete Uncharted 4 and co-op arena on hard mode.
No, thank you.
Huh?
Attack me! Attack me! Attack me! Come on!
Which would you take? Complete all the co-op arena stages on hard mode, or complete the whole game again on Crushing?
Nuh-uh. Not the game. Not the game again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no! I know I shouldn't have done that! I gotta do all that all over again. I like this kind of format. I got so far.
I mean, regardless, in order to platinum the game, you'll have to play the single player, but you don't have to play it in a way you don't want to. You know, if you don't want to play a stupidly hard game, then you don't have to. You can just play it. And gold isn't even hard, man. Dude, the only reason gold is somewhat hard is for me is that if I don't have level 20 teammates, I'm gonna die. But other than that, it's not that big of an issue because I can handle myself and I know the game's controls. But
I lost a lot of morale there. Ugh.
I'm starting to think of that zombie protection world game that you're talking about. I don't know, but you're not talking about it, but the morale thing that you're talking about is in the zombie board game that Will Wheaton played with a couple people.
Will Wheaton's a good guy.
Will Wheaton's awesome. It's a shame Tabletop doesn't exist anymore.
What, Tabletop Simulator?
No, Tabletop the game, like Tabletop the show that he used to make. It's no longer a thing. As of earlier this year, it got cancelled.
Oh.
Because creative differences between him and the producer, and it's not his fault
and I'm
necessarily.
Dead. I'm dead. Fantastic.
Will Wheaton wanted to continue the show, but it's like they kept wanting to change things that weren't supposed to be changed, or didn't want to be changed. Nobody wanted them to be changed, so after season 4 was over with, they stopped the show entirely. Even though A lot of people still were watching it.
Oh my gosh. Why do I always have to get hit by these guys first thing?
Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock.
Oh my gosh. No, I meant to do Cyclone. I pressed Cyclone. Dude, okay, look. Okay, so you know how in Kingdom Hearts 2 that you can perform reaction commands if you press triangle, right?
I guess so.
Well, okay, so one reaction command came up that's called Cyclone, where I counterattack a Heartless. But there's another reaction command that I'm supposed to do to progress the level. Instead, like, I thought I pressed I thought I pressed the triangle prompt for Cyclone, but no! The game decided that I pressed it to progress the level! And I got killed anyways. Ugh.
What was I saying?
Well, at least I'm making progress. I'd hate to play a game and not make progress.
What the hell was I saying?
I don't know. Nope. Not that. Alright. Try form.
Oh, that's what I was saying. That PS Now thing, by the way, completely forgot, but you can actually earn trophies on them too, so if you'd be like...
So wait, you can earn, like, PS3 trophies from your PS4?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I didn't think about it. So, what I'm probably going to do, is once I get all these games done, probably won't hopefully take too long, at least the games that I want to finish and play. After Team Racing, Spyro, Spider-Man, NBA Live 19, Andromeda, Twisted Metal, Killzone. I'm probably going to at least get a 1-month membership to, because I know there's quite a few games that I wanted to play on there that it's pretty nice.
Keep going.
And they don't even take up space, by the way. It's just the service you stream. That's how it works. Is that you're streaming from the service, so that's how you're able to play these games to begin with. I really wish you could just download the dang games instead of just having to pay for a service, but whatever. What you get is what you got, I guess. Although from what I know, Eco, they don't duplicate trophy lists.
I know they don't.
So
I mean, I wouldn't imagine that they would.
Like, so let's say you have Uncharted, let's say you have Sonic Generations Platinumed. Just because it's on PS Now does not mean you can gain any more trophies from it, because you've already gotten the Platinum. The thing about the PS Now is that it also, if you own any trophy data or own any save data from your on this account that you're playing, and you go into PS Now and you play a game that you had before, your save data's still there. Woo! I don't know how they do that. I don't know how it works, because all my Uncharted 3 stuff, dude, was there. My Jade and 9, my Chloe and 9, my level, my money, my everything, my medals, they were all there. I don't know how it works, but all of my progress was there. So there's something's going on.
You'd need to have some serious fortitude to play this game on critical mode.
And what are you saying about yourself there, huh?
It means I'm a badass! Yeah!
And you got a rage boner.
Maybe. But I'm not letting you know.
Maybe. Maybe.
Oh, it just has the same stats as the champion belt, but it increased my... You know, yeah. Keep it. Let's do that. and then
Wait,
I'll
your
give.
Rage Boner has the same stats as the champion belt.
No.
What?
Blue. I'm gonna give the champion belt to Goofy. Wait, how many?
You sure he wants that?
I should get more of these, but I want to conserve my money. Oh man.
You know what? I can't. I know you're saying M-U-N-Y.
M-U-N-N-Y. Money.
M-U-N-N-Y. But I can't. Why is it spelled that way?
It's.
God dang it.
I don't know. Asking the wrong guy. I'm not. I don't work for Square Enix.
I think we just did that just to be a pun on money instead of just saying money.
Okay. There we go.
That's fine. I mean, we might as well just say flipping gold because that's what it is. It's just gold coins.
Well, they're not really gold. I mean, they're not really coins.
Well,
they're
circular
more,
yellow objects.
They're more like diamond-like in shape, not in value. No. They have like a diamond kind of structure.
Well, I mean, you mean is it like a flat 2D shaped diamond?
No. This is a 3D game.
And why don't they just call them gems?
Because Square wants to be unique.
Alright, I'll go with that. Sure.
I cannot. Okay. Maybe I should just call it a session. Because I need to conserve my energy. I cannot believe I managed to get this far into the game on level 1. Ugh. I don't even know how people like Bloody Biscuit can even do this game on level 1. I can barely get through the intro.
Look, do another stream another day, another time, another year.
Another year. Well, I want to try and give this my all, because like this is a very common challenge to the game.
But you've been streaming for 4 hours now.
Yeah, I'm getting tired. Folks, I'm sorry, but I think I'm gonna call a session. I need to conserve my energy so that I can make another attempt maybe tomorrow. Alright. Well, Blue, do you have anything you want to say before we tune off? None?
Well, you see, kids.
Blue. Don't say what I think you're gonna say.
Ecos!
Oh. I thought you... I'll tell you after
the circle of life all revolves around his rage boner.
It does?
And
well, dang, if it did, then I'd get more angry all the time.
When it shrinks, children die. When it expands, people live. So, it's a constant balance between the two.
You are such a dork, you know that.
And you know, the reason why we don't have Jak and Daxter games anymore, people? He killed all the kids that would have loved to see another Jak and Daxter game.
I what?
Because it shrunk.
Okay, we're ending the stream right there.
We're ending this.
Bye, guys.
Oh,
See you later,
drunk.
guys.